stuff. TPK Chaos Falls. What? How's it going? I'm so cool.
What? Did we?
I'm also having technical issues with my brain. Not as cool as I think I am. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. The technical issues plagued Discord, and we were worried that the Roll20 disease was going to spread and infect Discord, so we thought we'd just lop off that limb very quickly. We've closed Discord and we've come back to Roll20. Hopefully everything's going to work okay, but full disclosure, if it doesn't, if we start hitting technical issues, we're just going to call it, record this, and put it out on YouTube at a later date rather than live streaming it. But for now, we're here. So for the time, throw on those channel points. Throw them at us. They'll be used this session, whether we're on or not. But if we go off, you want them sent now. So get to it. But let's just jump straight back in. I think the music is still going, right? Yeah,
I rolled a 95.
You rolled...
and I actually managed to roll.
No. You rolled an 85, didn't you, earlier?
No, but I mean, I just rolled a 95 because I wanted
you
to
rolled
test
a new one. All right,
to see if I could roll dice.
The 85, then we'll go with the new one. But Dorvan, so I'm on this page first, so we'll go with what Dorvan got. So because I'm using this book, it's suitable for all. Add to the chaos. Jaw Diggity, that is epic. I love that you've done that, and that is going to happen
Just straight in
very shortly. The book is suitable for all games, like D20, but sometimes you need to sort of affect them on the fly because they're not very specific. So what I've done is, in my head, I've done that. So essentially, Dorvan has found a beautiful cloak, a pale yellow cloak, hemmed with runes and embroidered with blue beads. This is a cloak of spell resistance. It does not give you spell resistance, however. The enchantment on here is written as absorbs half of all magical damage inflicted on the wearer. However, that's insane. So what I'm going to do is say that it is one of those items that absorbs half up to a certain number. So when it has taken 200 points of damage, it is destroyed forever.
Are we likely to take 200 points of damage today?
No, but in total.
Okay.
So it's a long-term item. He can keep wearing it in the future, is the point. I wouldn't want him to just wear it for today. It is an item. It is a wearable cloak.
I was just worried
it absorbs all magical damage. You only take half. The cloak takes the other half. And count that up. Once it hits 200, the cloak will just disintegrate off your back. So make sure you're wearing something under it.
Well, I'm going to pass that cloak to Night, seeing as I think Night's the weakest of us.
Hey.
In terms of health and hit points, of course.
Oh my gosh.
That's absolutely what
and
you
probably
meant, yeah.
literally in terms of strength.
Johan, I don't know what guest has been using this room, but some of these items are fan-bloody-tastic. You have the goggles of the killer glare.
Okay.
A pair of leather goggles with tinted glass lenses. They are clearly red tinted glass lenses. So it says 3 times per day, the user can scowl and shoot a beam of bright red light from their eyes, causing 2d12 fire damage to a creature within 60 feet. And I'm assuming that the attack is going to be a standard range touch.
Yeah, I mean...
So yeah, 3 times per day, you can shoot a bright red beam of light from your eyes, which causes 2d12 fire damage to a creature within 60 feet, range touch attack.
That's amazing. I will...
That is pretty good, isn't it? I really like that.
What was the name of them again? The lens?
Very cool.
I just closed it.
Yeah, I just closed my notes page. I now have my notes open.
It's in the clothing section. It's in the
goggles of
the killer glare.
Goggles of the killer glare.
Goggles of the killer glare. I love it. Okay, so you got a couple of items of clothing out of there. There are other items of clothing in there, quite nice items of clothing, cloth and like silk and bits and pieces, but nothing magical. Those are the 2 items that are standout magical items. 3 items, sorry, because there was a scroll in there as well, obviously.
Could you give me that damage again? I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't get the
2d12.
2d12.
It'll do 2d12.
Thank you.
And oh look, Dorvan. Dorvan, give me a spot check, would you please? Are you looking at the bookshelf over here?
I mean, I was just giving down some space whilst. Fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you're just sort of looking around the room and whatever. It just happens to be where you're stood. That's totally fine. So you're over here looking roughly. You look over at the bookshelf. It's a bookshelf / wardrobe / cabinet. You know, it's a cabinet. It's got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
on it.
a bit late to say that, on the aura. So
clothes hanging from it. Give me a spot check.
18.
18. Let me just make sure that I can actually work what I'm doing. Okay. You are having a look over here at the bookshelf, and it sort of strikes you for a second, you know, that the furniture in this place has been a bit dangerous and a bit risky, and so you take a really close look at the cabinet, and you see, is it breathing? No, actually, it isn't breathing, as the bed next to you bursts and a large tongue comes out. And attacks you out of nowhere.
Of course, it's a fucking bed.
Great. So the bed comes in for a surprise attack as you were unable to... Oh, bollocks, I'm chucking my notes around. The bed comes in for a surprise attack as you were unable to spot it. What is your armor class, please?
My flat-footed is 16.
Lovely stuff. How do you manage to avoid this thing? Sort of... It's almost in a second. It comes up next to you. The tongue tries to sort of grab at you and pull you in for a bite attack in this toothed maw of a bed. But you stop it from happening. How do you do that?
I catch it in the corner of my eye, but it is my third arm that swipes it away. Both my other hands are
the epic third arm.
Bookshelf.
Amazing. And as this bed strikes at you, you also are aware that there's a burst of fire behind you, and you hear the words "Jaw Diggity" as an enormous red demon bursts from the floor. If I can actually get it to appear on the correct layer.
Oh, you're not joking. It's actually... Oh, my God.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, bursts from the floor just outside of the door, courtesy of a dear friend. This one seems bigger. It just seems bigger. Maybe not quite as fast and as nippy, maybe a bit different, but it just seems bigger. The shell on its back seems sort of hulking. But do bear in mind that you have a 1d4 boon, all three of you, from Jaw Diggity also. Can you please roll initiative?
God.
At what point do we add the boon? Can I roll and see if I want to add it?
Well, last time I had to roll,
you have to nominate.
Yeah.
I would like to immediately declare that I would like to use
Very nice, well done.
boon because I want to get ahead of this big bastard.
Better than me.
No.
9.
13.
Dorvan got a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Johan, was yours a 25?
It was, miraculously.
Very, very nice.
That's actually nuts. Look at the size of it!
What have you done?
What have I done? Thanks, Jordan. Much appreciated for the misery that's about to fall upon us. Oh my god.
Johan, you have seen this thing burst up behind you. You've seen the bed burst into life with its bed sheets kind of quivering and shaking and like enormous teeth appearing in between a sort of mattress and base. But the giant red demon behind you that has formed takes your eye, and it is you that goes first.
Johan, without missing a beat, falls into his ethereal dream stance and goes for a flurry of blows.
Bring it on.
The first strike is a 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
The second strike is a 27 to hit.
Definitely a hit.
The third strike $24 to hit.
Another hit. That is 3 hits.
So that's
Well done.
9d6 plus 2, 4, 6. 9d6 plus 6.
Amazing.
Oh my god. That is 35 points of bludgeoning damage as Johan.
That is
Nice.
amazing.
Now, because I'm lawful, do I get anything extra against it?
Lawful, yeah, you were getting so an extra 2d6 per hit.
So 2, 4,
That's
6.
another 3d6
So, no, a 2d6 each for each time.
for each hit. Yeah,
2,
as
4,
if
6.
you are have a lawful aligned weapon. The lawful effect on a weapon, which is a 2d6 on the opposing. Right, very
So a further
nice.
15 points of damage. That is
So that's 55 points of damage altogether. Epic stuff.
it's the best attack
This thing
Johan has ever done
is-
his entire life.
Yeah, it appears, and you immediately muller it to the point where, like, it could a breeze could knock it over. It is still alive, but like you have immediately virtually slaughtered it in one go. Epic work, Johan. Is that you did a full round of attack? Of course.
Full round of attack, that's me.
Amazing. So yeah, you do that. You damn near wipe this thing off the map. Sorry, Jordan, your demon that you summoned there just apparently was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, though, with rolling a 19, the animated bed goes next. It does not need to move. It just goes for a full round of attack on Dorvan.
Who doesn't enjoy an animated bed?
Absolutely. And like this thing is just, you can hear a kind of from its mouth, and every now and then you hear a whisper of "Come take a nap."
Come take a
Come
nap.
take a nap.
Yeah, absolutely. In the background. So, what is your armor class, Dorvan? Is it 20? Am I right in saying it's 20?
Well, I haven't acted, so I'm flat-footed, so it's 16.
It's 16. Oh dear. Okay, so the first hit is a natural 20. But a 2 to confirm, so it's a hit. It's not a confirm. And the second, I rolled a 4, so it's just one hit. God damn it. So you get hit once. You take. I didn't actually have my second dice. Give me 1 second to grab just any old pack of dice. That one will do. My kingdom for a deep. There we go. You take 16 points of damage. as this thing chomps you. Chompy. And you see within its mouth there is just like an abyss of bed sheets that wants to absorb you.
Are they dirty bed sheets?
Are they dirty bed sheets?
Soiled.
Soiled. Well, you are in a manor house of rich elites that get up to all sorts of things, so yeah, probably. However, Night, you go next. It is your turn.
Did I go before the big creature because of that extra 3 that George Diggity gave me?
What would you have got without it?
I rolled 13, I would have got a 10.
Yes.
Oh, yes! Thank you. Sweet, I'll just pump 3 shots into it. Using point blank and rapid shot, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
22.
Is a hit.
11.
Is not a hit, I'm afraid.
Is it flat-footed, just out of curiosity? And 22 again.
The demon...
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose it would be, actually.
Is
It
it
hasn't acted,
sneak-attackable?
it's just burst into being... yes, it is, absolutely.
Excellent, then I get 2 schnickies. And it's probably going to be needless amounts of damage because Johan already fucked it, but here we go.
Absolutely.
49 points of damage.
How do you... So Johan mollers it the second it appears, and he's got it on the ropes. There's like a ding noise as it starts doing this.
I think that's what it is, like, because it's like just dazed, it's literally just standing there, and it's just like just firing like 3 arrows, swift succession, barely even aiming them, so one just goes over its shoulder, but the other's just like nailing the throat, through the eye, and it just keels over.
Yeah, it does so, actually. It kind of staggers backwards with the thing in its eye, and it falls back over the banister. And as it's falling, it kind of turns to mulch, and there's a slopping, splashing sound from beneath. As you annihilate it before it manages to get a single hit, which makes it Dorvan's turn.
Good luck.
Yes. Firstly, Dorvan will mutter under heavy breath. Scales, restore me, as he invokes the Draconic Vigor aura, which means if your health is under half, you get 2 hit points fast healing until you go back to half.
Does that mean you're under half,
I'm
Michael?
quite far under half. So that's that. And then I will get away with 1 full attack for the time being, so I'm going to go for a full round of attacks on the bed.
Yeah, bring it on.
First, slam with the mace. 18.
The bed hasn't taken any damage, has it? What am I talking about? It was the demon that took all of that. I've put it under the wrong thing. The demon's dead.
Dude, 18 hit.
18. 18 is a hit.
Nice. My second attack. Oh dear. 8.
8 is not a hit, I'm afraid. One of its sort of bed knobs sort of comes up like this from it and just deflects your attack.
Well, I'm going to attempt to scratch it with my new claw.
Amazing.
15.
15. 15 is a hit.
Okay.
It's enormous. It's very easy to hit. It looks sturdy, though. 'Tis made of a good oak and a strong weave.
Well, let's see what I do.
2 hits.
Ooh, so 6 and 8. So 13. Sorry, 5 and 8. So 13 in total.
Okay. It doesn't take very much damage from that at all. You can, once again, you realise this thing has damage reduction in the form of hardness, which it's taking some effort to bypass. But it does take some damage. Again, the more the sort of mattress lifts up and quivers in front of you as these enormous dripping teeth are bared before you, and they're bared. Sorry. As it snarls at you.
You're better than that.
I'm not. We're back to the top of the round. But before we go to the top of the round, as you have murdered this demon here, you can hear somewhere not far from you, but out of your sight, you can hear the sort of burning sound of more demons appearing and snarling into existence. But nothing enters your sight at the moment. Johan.
Oh, well, if I get to hear that, Johan is going to just peek around. So, peek around the door, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't see anything in the corridor.
I actually don't see anything in the corridor. There we go. He will look around, having expected to see something, but then we'll fall back, not wanting our flank to be compromised. And he rushes there to join the line with the Dorvoon against the killer bed. But because he's done his movement, he only gets the one strike. And I don't imagine it's going to be vulnerable to stun, so it's just going to be one punch. Is he going to be a one-punch man? That is a 30 to hit.
Hell of a hit. Definitely hits.
Let us see what he does. That is 3d6 plus 2. 12 points of bludgeoning damage. He slaps it across its tongue with an open palm strike.
Excellent stuff. So, once again, it resists some of the damage, but you do it a chunk of damage, and you sort of take a notch out of its bed base / lower jaw, and the tongue's lolling out at you, and it is pissed, and it is immediately allowed to retort as it is its turn. Now, you've both done it damage, so it's very hard to say which one of you it's going to go for, so it's going to be a case of a d4. Night, as you're not involved in this situation, you can decide who it goes for. 1 and 2...
Make it my fault.
3 and 4, it's Johan. 1 and d4. It's
a Dorvan.
Oh no, he's in so much trouble. It will go for a full round of attack upon Dorvan. So that is your armor class. Now you've acted is 20.
20, yes.
Okay, so the first one is a miss. The second one is exactly the same number, and it's also a miss. You managed to deflect, I guess. Yeah. How do you manage to deflect two hits? This thing has gone and smashed at you with its kind of chomping mattress, and you take nothing from it. Determination.
Oh yeah, my shield is up. I'm just fully just holding back against the quilted tide.
Amazing. I think the shield's maybe taking a small amount of damage. Like, it's got a few good scratches on it because it's doing the work. Like, it's not damaged in game, but like it's getting crumpled under the power of this thing. But Night, it is your turn as the bed has attempted to do its thing. But
can
has
I
failed.
hide in the doorway? So I'm like able to hide from things in the outside if anything comes around the corner.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Not that they necessarily will, but I think that's better.
I mean,
use of my
if
time.
they approach, they'll probably still see you in the doorway, but anything at a distance will have the spot to see you for sure. Give me a hide check.
26.
26 is a very good hide check. Nothing from you at the minute, so.
I'll use one shot to put a frost arrow into the bed.
Nice.
26
Actually,
again.
hang on a second. Let me just see if the bed spots you. It doesn't. So this. It doesn't matter. It's immune to sneak attacks. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Construct.
I don't know why I did that. Apologies. 26 is a hit though.
It's all right. You just wanted to get my hopes up, didn't you?
I did want to get your hopes up. Yeah.
So it does 2 normal damage and 4 frost damage.
Okay, because that is a magical armor, it will take all of that damage. Yeah, you can see that the bed sort of a bit of ice freezes over it, and its bed sheet kind of crisps up and goes stiff for a second before it cracks and starts to wave around again.
Oh.
In an ice kind of way. Night, come on. Okay.
What I'm saying is it probably went white and got stiff.
Let's get rid of that because it's just going to be in the way. So, from in the bedroom next to you, you see... We'll come around here, and since it's coming into this room anyway...
Fuck!
You're sort of in between squares. So it's going to be there. We're going to just pretend that you're on the next
Yeah, it was
square.
just so I could see into it.
1,
I'll
2, 3, 4, 5,
do that.
6. Okay. So, there are 2 of them. And they were just going to enter the room, but they've sort of almost stumbled over you as they've come around the corner. And they will get 1 attack each upon your person. Nacht.
Nacht.
That's night in German.
Not ideal.
What a smelly nightmare.
As these 2 demons that have burst into being attempt upon your life. What is your armor class, please?
18.
18. First one is a hit.
18.
Oh, and the second one is also a hit. Okay, so you get 2 hits. These guys look, again, like they're boosting each other, but they're obviously nowhere near as big and as deadly as the other one that was immediately slaughtered. So you take 15 points of damage from 2 hits. And can you roll a D100 for me twice? Whatever you do, don't roll a 3.
2 40s.
2 40s, you get 40 twice. Okay.
Oh
that's
my
interesting.
god.
Oh my god! That is incredible.
Hope it's good.
It is very, very good. I'm just wondering how to do it, because so either I do double the strength of the effect or double the duration of the effect. Let's do double the duration. I think that's better. So please roll 2d4.
D4. 3.
3. So 2 and 1. So 3. Really? That's 2d4? Okay, so 3. 3 rounds then, you get +6 to your strength. You gain a surge of strength.
Brilliant.
That's a shame with the 1 there. That would have been better. I was hoping for more. But yeah, +6 to your strength for 3 rounds. As if you got 40 twice. How dull. Try harder to make things more chaotic. Think chaos.
I know.
That is the 2 demons. Johan, we are back to you.
Enough pillow talk!
What about me?
Oh, did I miss you? Dorvan, I'm so sorry. Because you're a D, and the demons are down as a D, and I skipped the D. I'm so sorry.
Johan is just attack, so...
No. Dorvan, you go, then it's Johan, because Johan's at the top of the round.
I'm fucking keeping that attack, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I went 28. You can keep the 28.
Thank you.
We'll remember that you got a 28 on your attack. Not a problem. But Dorvan, please go.
What was it you just said, Johan?
No, because I said it. You can't steal it.
I wasn't going to steal it.
I said enough pillow talk.
To which Dorvan will quickly reply, yes, let's liven up this bedroom as he has electricity pouring out from his mouth and then unleashes his electricity draconic breath upon the bed.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, so he just does his thing. What's it like, Dorvan, sorry?
Oh, I'm just vomiting up lightning at this point.
Disgusting.
As he is doing this, his extra hand just flexes a bit in the kind of reflex. Like,
It's so gross.
so grim. It's so grim. It needs to a reflex save of 19, please.
Reflex save of 19. I mean, it's an enormous bed, so... no, it can't do that.
Excellent. It takes 24 electricity damage.
It would take virtually a natural 20 for it to be able to do that, so... it takes how much, sorry?
24 electricity damage.
24 electricity damage that just plagues this thing.
6 more.
And
It will
takes
take
all of that.
12
and-
more next turn as well.
Wow. Okay, so you burn up some of its sort of sheets. The sheets start to sort of catch fire slightly from the electricity crackling over it, and it tenses and shimmers. It takes a whole bunch of damage. Very nice, Dorvan, with your attack. As we move back to the top of the round, you guys are aware that something is happening. As this bed has come to life, you can hear that the rest of the manor appears to be creaking and wrestling, and almost as if the DM has lost his shit with this game, and everything is just coming to life at once that would come to life. Have fun. Solve the place quickly. It is up to
thanks,
you.
mate.
Oh, you're very welcome, absolutely. But at the moment, all that you can see within your vicinity are the 3 things that you're fighting. It's just there may be some other stuff coming up, but we'll see what happens. But you can definitely hear the place sort of resting and creaking. Johan, you got a 28 from your first attack.
28 for
that
the
was
first
just your
attack,
first attack.
as he shouted enough pillow talk, and then he'll also freeze mid-attack and listen to this, and he'll shout to Dorvoon, "The entire manor is alive!" And he'll keep attacking with his flurry of blows. His second attack is 19 to hit.
19 is also a hit.
And 11 for the last one.
11 is just shy, unfortunately doesn't quite make
That's
it.
fine. So that is, let's
As
see.
you are distracted, I think, by the sounds around you. It is most unsettling.
So
But
that
you have 2
is
hefty hits.
24 points of bludgeoning damage.
24. You also get an extra... No, you don't. They're not kind. That's not a demon. Sorry, I apologise. So 24.
It's like when you're standing, if you stand next to a bed and just punch the mattress. That's what he's doing over and over again.
That's what it is. And it's really weird because you're punching it, but there's no hardness to it. You're just sort of punching something really soft. But it's like... It's definitely got some innards. So it is taking damage, but it's super soft. You'd put it maybe around a sort of 11 tog, maybe. You're not 100% sure, but it's pretty hefty. It's got a good tog.
Memory foam. It remembers everything.
And the bed is going to retort, and I think this time it's going to just divide it up and going to give you 1 attack each. Because you're both doing it damage, and it can. So it's going to chomp once, and then it sort of chomps half its mouth because the mattress is sort of turning, so it can chomp half its mouth one side and half its mouth the other. It's just sort of trying to go for both of you. So, Dorvan, 20?
Yes.
That is a hit. As you take... Oh my gosh. Oh dear. 15 points of damage from the chomp. Johan, what is your armor class?
22.
22. That is also a hit. as you take 13 points of damage from this thing chomping down on you both. And snarling, and you feel yourself just getting soaked in this kind of drool coming out of it. And once again, the smell of decay overtaking you. Dorvan, how are we looking?
It's a good thing I put my fast healing on a few rounds ago.
Isn't it, though? The bed has done its thing. Night-night. 2 demons before you.
Night-night would like to try and slam the door shut on them.
Amazing.
Because he's not taking them in a fight, and there's no way he can get distance to shoot them.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I will give the demon, just the one demon in front of you, a strength roll to see if it can stop you doing that with its kind of forcing. So it's just opposed strength, which you have a plus 6 to your strength at the moment, so that's pretty handy.
It is handy, although my strength is normally a -1 modifier.
Okay.
So it's not a lot. It's better than it was. So just strength 5.
5. So you try your hardest to push the door closed, and the demon just puts its hand out and claw up against the door and just holds it open and leers over you. And you don't manage to slam the door on it. That was a standard action, so
A standard action. I'm just looking at my weapons and like items that I've got. I could run back.
You still got movement.
It's really hard to tumble through an opponent, isn't it?
2 especially.
Yeah.
But you'll make it. It's dex based. You're really dexy, aren't you?
You could tumble into the chest.
Yes. How
you get inside.
How does it work?
The
Because I have to go through their space.
You're moving through their space.
Ooh, DC for that I think is 25 through an opponent.
Plus an extra +2 for the other
And then
ones.
it'd
It'll
be
be a DC 27 to move through their space.
Really? Bloody hell.
To move through, not just away
Right,
from. I think it's higher. It is a difficult DC. It makes sense because
I've got a decent
bundled
tumble.
right
That's
up.
not going to happen.
I will
But I've
point
got to
out
try,
to
otherwise
you
they're
from
going
where
to
you are and what you can
absolutely-
see, Night, that you were heading up here to find the artifact. You were looking for Lady Brightly. You can see that this door over here is a big double door. It's quite clearly the main bedroom. And these two are clearly guest bedrooms. So this one looks like it might be where the lady would be if that's who you're looking for. And they're hefty, heavy set doors. So for the purposes of blocking things out behind doors, might be helpful to you.
Try and tumble through them, I guess. I've got to give it a shot.
By all
unless they're
means.
going to literally
So
kill me.
I believe it's a DC 27. If we've got that wrong, apologies, sort of.
Here we go.
It's 2 slaps.
It's not a bad roll, is it? But
Well, the roll is bad.
unfortunately,
The bonus is good, but
the number isn't bad. But you managed to move. You can move over here. It's just that you get 2 attacks of opportunity on the way. So move to where you wish to move to.
so that is, I believe, as far as I can get on one
And
movement.
your armor class
He is 18.
is 18, so that's a hit. So that's two hits upon your person.
Great.
So that is so you take 13 points of damage
Cool.
from the 2 demons, and roll a d100
Like,
twice again
You
for
know,
me, please.
it's cool, you know.
Don't roll the same thing twice because it's just difficult. Oh my god!
66 twice.
Not even. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Okay. So.
What the hell?
Reroll.
Reroll.
Reroll one of them, please. Only because I did say when I wrote this that I think this can't happen immediately back to back. It's too much.
I know. I just
so
envisioned
roll
you
the
saying
second
that
one.
to yourself whilst you're on your own writing this. This is too much.
Yeah,
This
I
can't
did.
happen.
No,
This
some
can't
of it's
happen.
Straight from the deck of many things, mate, and some of it is absolutely insane. So it's a 32. Okay, so 66. You gain permanently a +2 inherent bonus to Dex.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
That's everything's coming up night.
Oh my god, it really is.
you still stink.
I mean, I still stink. Oh yeah, that's a point. Did they have to do stinky things, or do they not have noses?
Oh, we never did it, did we? Oh my god, I completely forgot that you were still. You never got. Technically, your
Unstank.
teammate would also be having to do that.
Well, they've already done it
roll
once, though,
for
haven't
me
they?
A D100. This is to determine the item, because you have an item, it's just. Pray that it's something you really want here. You get a cure moderate wounds potion.
I do want that.
Yeah. You gained one major potion, so you rolled on the major list, and it just so happened that you got a cure mod.
Amazing.
And because it's from the list, it will be a maxed out cure mod. So it's normally 2d8, and it'll be 2d8 plus 10. Is that right? Yeah, no issues with that. So yeah, one maxed out cure mod, wounds, beautiful stuff. And yeah, go on. I mean, we'll make the two demons do the.
Stank.
We'll make them do the thing to see if they are.
DC 15.
It is DC 15. If I just open that, that'll make it a bit easier because that's exactly the same as the Gast ability. So I'll just have that open. DC 15 Fortitude. They both make it.
Fair enough. Can't ask for everything, can we?
One rolled a 13, one rolled a 14. So they both make the save. But we will bear that in mind, as your teammates really should have been subject to that. So we'll consider that when you're.
Well, no, but once
once
they've done it once, which they have done, you're immune to it for a day, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, creature that successfully saves cannot be affected again by the same gas stench for 24 hours. You're absolutely right. So actually, they're fine. Not a problem. So you have made your movement. The two demons are there, and that is your turn. I think. Is that your turn? Is there anything else you can do on your turn?
It is my turn. I can't, because all I'd have is a swift action. I have nothing that I can do with a swift action.
Unfortunately,
Swift or
this
free.
demon has seen you moving away, and is going to move up behind you.
Because
for
he
an
hit me
attack.
on the way.
Yeah. This one, though, is already facing inwards. It is going to 1 and 2. And since it's stepping forward,
I thought they'd follow me.
not entirely sure which one of you it's going to go for.
Well, he can flank me annoyingly, so...
You can flank either of you. Because the bed is big enough that it would get a flanking bonus from either of you.
My third arm is waving at it.
It's just whether it wants to go for you, Dorvan, or Johan. I think I'll roll this time. I'll roll in the chat. Because why not? So 1, 2, Dorvan, 3, 4, Johan. It's Dorvan. Sorry, Dorvan. You just are, and you just need the chaos in your life. DC 20, yes, for your armor class.
Yes.
And it gets a +2 because it is flanking with the giant bed. Oh yeah, it definitely hits you, but it has moved, so it only gets the 1. And you take 6 points of damage. Roll a D100 for me again, please. Make it funny.
I mean, a 32 would be lovely, but...
There are others.
Another
There are others like
extra
that.
arm.
There are more. There are a few more. 1 or 2 more positives.
I've had a
And
2,
there are
I've had a
negatives,
3,
but the
and now
negatives
I've
are
got 4.
worse. You rolled a 4.
I've had 2, I've had 3, now I have 4.
Oh my gosh.
If it's
This
another
is the worst thing you could have rolled. One of your teammates must attack you to the best of their ability for 1 round.
Johan.
Oh no!
No, it might not be Johan. It just says one of your teammates. Dorvan, I think you need to decide which one it is. So,
I'm
1
happy.
and 2, it's Night Night. 3 and 4, it's Johan. And no, it is random. It has to be, because the list is chaos. That's the point.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Night Night wants to obliterate me.
Night Night wants to annihilate you. 1 and 2. Yeah, I think I did say it was 1 and 2. It was Johan.
Oh,
actually.
Johan.
1 and 2 is Johan. 3 and 4 is Night Night. So, yeah. So unfortunately, this happens, and one of your teammates must attack you to the best of their ability for 1 round. You are fighting the bed, and there's a kind of moment of like time stopping almost in a filmic sense, and you just glance, you just slowly look across, and your eyes turn to Johan, who's already staring at you.
I'm about to witness the ethereal dream.
As he turns to you, but it is not.
Oh, it's just the demons.
Not his turn. It is the other demon. The other demon is going to go for Night Night. Night Night, your armor class, please.
It's 19 now.
19. It is a miss. This thing comes up behind you and claws at your back, and it sort of manages to almost grab your clothes, but you just get free of it as you're running away, and it doesn't manage to get to you. Dorvan, it is your turn. You are aware that Johan desperately wants to annihilate you for 1 round. What are you going to do?
God.
For basically until it comes back to my round again.
Yeah.
Which
So
means
so if he can take an attack of opportunity, he will. And on his next turn, he will attack you. At the end of his turn, once he's attacked you all out once, the effect is gone.
I will end. I
Very
think
carefully.
I'm going to provoke 3 attacks of opportunity then, because if I don't, I'm just asking for trouble here.
All right then. I will let my guys take theirs first before Johan does his. So the demon will take his attack of opportunity on your armor class of 20.
And he has
But
+2.
it is flanking. The demon hits you.
Okay.
The demon does... Oh my god, again, so you take another 6 points of damage. And you will roll a D100 again for me in a moment, but we'll do the bed first. The bed rolls a 2 and does not get you. The bed misses completely. Okay, so roll your D100.
And then we'll deal with Johan.
And then we will deal with Johan and his attack of opportunity. It's an 8. You roll very
Keeping
low.
things low.
Oh my gosh. You suddenly shrink to half your normal size. Along with all your gear.
So I'm now...
Tiny. Because you're a dwarf already.
Roll a
The
D4.
dwarf is medium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is medium, so he's a size category small.
1.
So this effect will last for 1 hour.
Hang on. Reduce person.
Your armor class has gone up. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. Yeah, but my speed
Don't know if this is helpful to you or not right now.
Could go either way.
My armor class... There's no penalty to my... No improvement in my dexterity because of my armor.
No, but you just get a natural.
I take
Plus-
a -1 to my attacks, but I always get a +1 to my attacks, so I just take -1 to damage. And my speed drop. No, my speed doesn't drop because it was 20 to begin with. So unless my speed goes to 15, no, it's a dwarf. Okay, so the only thing that really happens is my AC goes up by 1, and my attacks go down by 1. No, my damage goes down by 1.
Okay, your attacks go up, don't they?
Yeah, but I was taking. No, you're. Oh, hang on.
Size modifier. I think your attacks go up by a plus 1 to your
Yeah,
attack.
but you take a -2 size penalty to strength.
Ah, well then they go down. So it probably balances out.
It does. Okay, so my armor class is now 21. Johan, please take your attack of opportunity.
So the exact wording, because that's important, I think. One of your own teammates, that'll be you this time, must attack you to the best of their ability for 1 round. So the best of your ability. Okay. Do you have improved trip? Right.
14. Yes.
Johan, you're silent on the stream. Do you have any idea why that might be?
Yes,
Jordan
I
has
do
just-
know why,
just
and
said.
I've now fixed that. Apologies. What I am now doing, viewers, is Johan is attacking Dorvun to the best of his ability, and that means using his attack of opportunity to trip Dorvun, which it might be easier now, given that Dorvun is shrunk. So I've just been explaining that I have just made his touch attack. So I've landed the touch attack on him. We now have an opposed strength check, but I get a +4 bonus because of my size category. I get a further plus because I have improved trip.
I get 7, and then I add +9 because of my anchoring blessed plate, and I'm a stable dwarf.
Yes.
So mine is +16,
Yes.
30.
Ooh.
Top of the mountain here.
Could be close.
Okay.
Trying to topple a mountain. A very small mountain.
9, 10.
Very small anthill.
Okay.
Dogvan will now be a Pomeranian.
Roll a 4. I fail the trip.
Dorvan, you lucky swine. As he tries to trip you and his attack of opportunity fails, you've had the attack of opportunity, you can now move freely.
15, 20, and when I get to here, I'm going to touch myself to heal. So I can heal 16 points.
You touch myself. Very nice. You heal. Beautifully done.
Desperate. I'll be honest, if you'd just come to hit me there, Johan, you probably would have killed me.
Well, I was trying to make sure I
Okay.
got a full round of attacks on
We
you,
are.
because that, to my mind, is what Johan would want to do. He'd want to flurry you. So, that's cool. And it's good that it didn't work.
We're back to the top of the round, though, and it is Johan's turn.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Oh, God.
Man, so I
The
am
stream
gonna...
may not be able to hear you again, Rob. I'm not sure.
He
if
says
that's
can
going
hear
on
you
or
again
not.
with a smiley face. So
This is
I
can
think that
hear
just
me.
means-
Oh, apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
okay.
checking. Yeah, we can hear you on the
But
stream.
good
Fine.
to keep an eye on it anyway, though. It's a nice one. I am going to provoke an attack of opportunity off the demon in the room, because I have to pass out of his threat range to attack Dorvun, unfortunately. So I... Oh, and the thing.
Yeah, that's both of them, actually, the bed and the demon.
Yeah,
so
and
they
the
will
beds.
both attempt their attacks of opportunity on you.
22.
So the bed will go first. What is your armor class? 22. The bed doesn't hit you as you're leaving the room, as I rolled a 2. Again, the bed is not doing very well. The demon rolls an 18, so it does get you this time. As you pass it, you just get sort of a slash across the arm. And Johan, you take 7 points of damage from the demon, and roll a d100 for me, please.
Oh, God.
You've not done many of these.
No, I haven't.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Embrace the chaos.
Embrace the chaos! Somehow I roll a 100.
That's 100, right?
Well, you rolled a D double O.
No, that's 100. A 0, that's 100.
No.
No.
You didn't type it in right.
I put
That's what Mike said.
D00. No, you're absolutely right.
Thank God, because 100 in this case is bad. It is the same as getting the top card in the deck of many things.
55. Sort of. I have no idea.
55. So much better. Okay then. You give me 1 second to bring up that list.
If it's something for my attacks, then Dorvin, I'm so sorry.
It's not. So, can you please roll a d100 again?
100 this time, not 00. 47.
7. Very nice. You gain a fully charged wand of cure critical wounds.
Boop. Cool. Thank you.
Nobody's going to use it.
Just pops into being in your hand.
Cure crit wounds. Yeah, I can't use that, can I?
I think
Night is the only one. Maybe.
Okay.
Why can I use it?
Use magic device.
Use
Oh
magic
yeah,
device,
I didn't take, not taking any ranks in that.
Oh, never mind then. It's redundant.
Okay, and then I'm rushing Dorvun. And I only get a single attack against him because I had to rush him.
Yes.
So I'm going to make that a stunning fist.
Of course you are. Of course you are. To the best of your ability. Do it.
So...
No involvement.
He's a dwarf. He's going to outcon anything I throw at him.
Hopefully. He's
Absolutely
a tiny
will.
dwarf.
So, oh my god, he is a tiny dwarf. That's a good point.
More like a garden gnome at the
Oh my god, so do I get a bonus against him because he's a small category? No, it's not attacking, is it? No.
Not on hits, no. That's just on his armor class. And
22 to hit.
Oh, he just hit. Yeah, my armor class is 21.
Bam! Can you make a fortitude saving throw of 19?
Why is your armor class not better? Because you're small. It should be better. You're harder to hit. I don't understand.
Because the breastplate is already limited my dex. I get no further benefits from my dexterity because of the breastplate.
Crummy. Never mind.
Fortitude saving throw of 19, please.
24.
Ah!
You cling onto your weapon.
Bang as I take a foot, elbow, fist to the face.
It would be an elbow to the chops. Just bam. But I still damage you, don't I? I still do the damage. So
this is why he was fascinating me earlier. He was sizing me up for this moment.
Yeah, I think he was.
Well, listen, I mean, if it came to it, we know you could pretty much resist much of what I could throw at you, so that's pretty impressive.
Sadly, though, you do what is known as a metric shit ton of damage per hit.
That's true, but I have a feeling you'll be okay somehow. 10 points of bludgeoning, see?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. I think he got away with a lot there.
I tried my best.
Yep.
He strikes you, and then with the rest of my turn, that's all I can do, because I moved and I struck you. I don't have anything to do as a swift or a free, so that's me.
So, the end of your turn, after striking him and being overcome with this urge to utterly destroy him, you kind of shake it off and realise what you're doing and see your fist, and you're like, oh dear.
I'm gonna shout.
And realise there's a demon behind you, and you've just come to your senses after being sort of weirdly controlled by chaos for a moment. As that is the end of your turn.
Johan will shout at Dorvun, Like any abuser, he will shout, "Look what you made me do!"
Wow.
It is the bed, which rushes forward and gets to about here. Now, here's the thing. The demon is there, but the bed can't see the demon. They don't interact. And it's like it sort of almost moves through it. But the demon hops up and stands on top of the bed and turns around and looks at you from standing on the top of the bed. The bed has moved forward and just gets one attack on your flank as it emerges it sort of doesn't emerge, but its tongue bursts through the door behind you. But it doesn't look as if there's enough room for it to actually go through this doorway.
22.
That is a miss. Again, the bed is rolling really badly. It is a miss, and the bed tries, but does not succeed in hitting you. How do you dodge this? You've just come to your senses, and this thing's run up behind you.
Its massive tongue lolls through the door frame, and Johan just has to slam himself back into the door frame, pressed against it as just at the last second. It's more luck than anything.
Epic. Okay. Night. 'Tis your turn. You have a demon behind you. You can see that Johan has just attempted to annihilate Dorvan, but appears to have come to his senses. It's all going down. What do you do?
I'm going to try and tumble away from this demon, first of all, because I don't want to take another hit from it.
That is a DC 15, I think, just to tumble away from it. If you're going to act at the end of your movement, of course. You don't have to if you're not going to do anything but move. But you do perfectly fine. That would have been nice earlier, wouldn't it? You move away from the demon perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'll get some distance on it. And I'll put a frost arrow into it. I've got a... It's within 30 feet.
It is, yep.
So I get a bonus to that. 14 to hit.
14, unfortunately, does not quite get the demon.
Then I have twisted
into the wall just behind it, and freezes a section of the wall, but doesn't affect the demon, I'm afraid.
That's unfortunate.
Your turn?
When I'm sort of within Dorvan's range, do I get fast healing? Is that still active?
If you're below half health and you can see me within 30 feet,
I
then
certainly am below half health.
You get your fast healing.
But yeah, only up until half, I'm afraid. But
that's fine.
2 per round. Probably best to take it on my round, I guess. That makes the most sense.
Okay, well, I would have taken it on your turn then.
Yeah.
Okay, night, is that everything for you? Okay.
It is.
Well then, for the demon will run over to you and attempt to retort your armor class, please.
19.
It swings at you, but you manage to avoid its claws, which are coming at you. How do you avoid this thing as you're sort of desperately trying to get away from it and heal, and it's all a bit mad. What happens?
I think he just falls back. He's stumbling back and he's on his hands and feet, scrabbling backwards away from it. Just manages to fall out of its the stretch of its claws.
Swipe head then, if anything, if you're falling away from it. This demon will turn, stood upon the bed, and just casually step towards you on the mattress, and also swing you through the doorway. That is a 5-foot step, so it is going to get 2 attacks on Johan. Armor class, please. Johan is 22. 1 is a hit, and 1 is a miss. You take 7 points of damage from this clawed creature. Ow. And roll a d100 again, please.
Do you think the viewers enjoy my injury noises? I try to make them as horrible sounding and as grim as possible. D100 coming up. 33. It's a lot of double numbers coming up for the D100 today.
You're gonna have to re-roll that, please, because you already have that one, and I don't think you can have it whilst you still have the thing. It was gain 1 summon
He
monster.
says
6
he's
for one
already
level,
got
but you
one.
have it already. You've already got one.
38.
38. Okay, we're moving up. Oh my gosh, okay. You gain the ability to call forth a lightning bolt from the heavens, aimed at one target 3 times. So you can call it forward 3 times, aimed at one target, as chain lightning cast by a 15th level caster. You figure that out. You can't use it at the moment because you're indoors, and it has to come from the heavens. But you gain 3 uses of it.
When am I going to use that then? Okay, fine. Lightning bolt
And you're
times 3.
outdoors.
God's sake. Okay, we're in a house.
Okay. 3 times chain lightning cast by a 15th level caster from the heavens, or the damage is equivalent of chain lightning. It is a lightning bolt. Very nice. It has done you some damage. That is the demons. Dorvan, it is your turn.
I don't think the bed took the clinging lightning breath damage several turns ago.
Yeah,
Probably didn't, actually. How much damage?
12.
In fact, I'm 99% sure it didn't.
So just take 12 electricity damage. Delayed.
Does it a bunch of burns? There's a bunch of burns. Its sheets are on fire. There are holes appearing in its quilt. Its pillow eyebrows are looking a bit scorched.
Pillow eyebrows.
Dorfan he's surprised at this point. One, the elbow to the face, but also now as he regains his composure, Johann's arse is in his face, which it wasn't before. And for Dorfan, this is like, what on earth? For a moment he thinks maybe I can stand underneath Dorfan, but Dorfan keeps moving on the spot. I'm like, well, sod it. So instead I'll take a step there, and I'll just kind of reach around the door for a series of attacks as I just kind of swapped away at
Are you attacking the demon or the bed?
the demon. I'd be more
The demon,
effective
bring it on.
against that. And you know what? For the first attack, I'm going to put my boon on there.
Love it. Get your boon on.
I mean, apparently I didn't need it because that was a natural 20 on the demon.
Yeah.
Also, you have just had inspiration for Dorvan, the DDS, from Jordan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Jordan. Fantastic. Bam, bam.
But it was a natural 20 on the demon, so that's possibly a critical anyway. So the,
Well, you even
the
add
D4 was
my
a
attack
surplus
roll on
requirement there. But
So-
roll to confirm.
That is... Be that.
Oh my word! That's
Confirmation!
you have to roll it again, right? If that happens.
Right, that's just a confirmation. Just a
Exploding
definite confirmation, that's a
criticals.
critical.
I'm gonna bring that in.
Constant critical.
again and again and again.
I'll
I
then
feel
take-
like if you roll 2 natural 20s, 1 to get the crit and 1 to confirm, you should just do maximum damage.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's
Maximum.
I'm going to allow that. This session,
Absolutely.
at least. I don't know
Hell
whether in the
yeah.
main game that's
Oh,
probably a bit much, but in this
I
game,
don't think
screw
so.
it.
What's
You
the
do
likelihood of it ever happening?
maximum crit damage for that hit, and that was just your first hit.
It was. Well, that's good to know. I will critical and max it, which means 9 against the demon.
Unfortunately, that doesn't get the demon.
That's right. And then my my
Claws
fun
comes
arm.
around the door.
12.
Unfortunately, that doesn't get the demon either, but you do get a maxed out crit.
So that's 2d8 plus 1. No,
Yes.
2d8 plus 2.
Was
So
max,
that
so-
is 18 points of damage.
It takes the full hit of damage. You do it a hefty damage amount from round the door frame, and obviously, Johann, you can see that this is. I mean, this has happened right in your face, and it's very impressive. It is a palpable hit, absolutely beautifully done by Dorvan. Johann, it is your turn. After
God.
that, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm sort of just in this doorway. The demon's still going as well, is it?
The demon is still going, yep. The demon actually hadn't taken a hit up to that point. Neither of them have. The bed's taken a bunch of damage, but the bed looks like it probably can't get through this doorway, at least not quickly.
Okay. Which one looks ropier? Can I tell?
Looks ropier.
Like it looks like it's been battered more.
The demon's taken a chunk of damage from Dorvan. Now the bed has taken, a lot of damage also, and it's partially on fire. And
I'll go for the demon because I know that I get extra damage against the demon. So if we can take it out, it's better for everyone. I think we could all agree. So
and that it weakens the other one.
And it weakens the other one, yeah. So in that case, then it's going to be a flurry of blows. The first strike against the demon is a 16 to hit.
16 is not quite a hit, actually.
Bums and whistles.
Oh no, wait, sorry, there's only 2, there's not 3 this time. Yes, that is a hit. I apologize.
Okay, so that is a 30 to hit for the second attack then, so two hits.
That is also a hit.
I've just realised I don't think I critical on anything but a 20. No, just a 20. And then the... I'm just gonna... Just because I can't be bothered, I'm just going to do all of them against it. I'm not going to break up the attacks or anything, so... And a 20, so 3 attacks.
Yep, all hit.
So 9, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. 15d6 plus
I will be
2, 4, 6. So 15d6.
You will have to roll worse than you've ever rolled. All ones. Even then, it probably will still die.
15d6 plus 6.
Smash it.
Fuck.
Smash it in its face. That's an insane. Yeah. Again, so it just turns into mulch and just melts into the top of the bed.
I was going to say, he pushes him onto the bed and he's just smashing him Superman style, like just on top of him, just driving him into the beast. Hammer fist MMA style, like that.
So yeah, you just cover the bed, just covered in flats of demon flesh from this thing, and the other demon sort of shakes and withers slightly and is weakened by that, Johan. And that is an epic set of attacks from Dorvan and Johan that annihilate the demon. And as I say, the bed is kind of moving forward. That is the end of your turn. It is the bed. The bed is going to retort and try and attack you, but the bed is sort of butting against the sides of the door. So while it is attacking, you don't think it can move much further forward. But it has got 2 attacks against you, Johan. Your armor class is 22.
22.
So the first one is a hit. The second one is definitely not. So the first one is a hit. You take... Sorry. You take 13 points of damage.
Oh my god, I'm getting my ass handed to me this
on
fight.
your arm. As you're kind of pummeling the demon, this thing just manages to sort of get its teeth around your arm and do you a big old chunk of damage. But again, it can't get it's butting up against the door and can't move any further forward. Night, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back, and I'm gonna fire 3 arrows, blank, rapid shot style.
Lovely stuff.
The first one's gonna be frost, because I don't think anything. I need to kill it, basically. That should be 10 actually. Fucking frost arrow misses, man.
12 is not quite a hit, I'm afraid.
That's not
13 right. Is not quite a hit, I'm afraid. 16 is a hit.
Oh great, I got 1 hit. Oh man, I'm gonna get fucked. 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage, and it takes all of it. Very nice. As a couple more arrows fly into the wall and freeze the wall a little bit further, but one of them manages to go into the sort of arm of the demon, and it's kind of snarling at you. That is your turn. You've done a 5-foot step, man, I think. Right, okay. It is now the demon. And, I mean, it's a 5-foot step. You're right there. So it's going to... 2 attacks upon your person. Armor class is 16?
19.
19?
Yeah.
That is a hit. That is a miss.
Okay.
That is 1 hit. And that is... oh, hang on. It's weakened. That is 4 points of damage.
Cool.
Roll a d100
Still
again.
alive. For now. 84.
Okay. You're going to like this, Night Night. This is a weird one. Here's what we'll do.
Cool.
Time seems to slow and stop for all but you, as the spell of the same name. The effect lasts for 1d20 hours from your perspective. Roll a d20.
1d20. 1 hour.
1. Time stops for 1 hour. For everyone else, time has just kept on moving, but for you, time has just stopped. You have an hour. You tell me what you want to do with that hour.
Do you think
And,
maybe?
actually, you know what? I think that's a good time to take a short break.
Yeah, that's
time.
exactly what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
for an hour.
Yeah, time stop an
That's
hour.
beautiful.
Oh,
You're so
no.
close. You're so close to finishing Brightly Manor because you race through the downstairs bit and everything is just coming at you now. So we'll see what happens. But you have time to attempt to heal. I guess I don't know. But good luck, and we'll see what happens. And we will see you guys. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Thanks for joining in with the channel rewards. We will be back in about 5 minutes. We are going to go and get a little drink. And
Had a quick
See you
shout
shortly,
out
folks.
to Bombum Stingman for returning as well. Nice to see you again. We'll be right back.
Nice to see you.
I can't. I'm trying to do the break thing. There we go. It wasn't working.
Hello. Welcome back to Roll the Bones. We were mid-combat. Things were going down, but Night Night had just experienced an hour-long time stop. He's just going to sit and twiddle his thumbs. Time ground to a halt. He doesn't know how long it's going to last, even. He's just like, time appears to have stopped. And, so Night Night, in that hour, what did you get up to?
So I guess I'll go in reverse order of what he would do. There's something I want to do first, but I'll tell you what that is last. I'll explore the building as the last thing. I'd have a look around because fuck it.
So you explore the building in that you've seen downstairs.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of the doors you unlocked, but I think most of them, if not all of them, you go and have a look around the doors that you left open at least. And then you head down to the basement where the rest of you can stay where you are on the stairwell, but Night at least I will move to the center of the basement. There's a door which you can't open because I think you can affect things. You can't open the door, but you can walk into the center of the basement and you see that there's old food, pots and pans and cutlery in a big fiery oven, rotten fruits and barrels and things. But generally it's kind of a barren, not much going on. But the ceiling appears to be sort of crumpling down here as if the building has been in disrepair for some time. That's what you kind of see in exploring.
Cool. Great. that was just darkness for me, but you described it in such a way it didn't matter.
Oh, I deeply apologise. Well, I will ensure that all three of you have vision at least next time you go down there, I guess.
It's fine. We may not need to go down there. Who knows? Can I take my Cure Moderate Wounds potion, my maximized Cure Moderate Wounds potion?
You certainly can.
So that's 2d8 plus 10. That's good, isn't it?
Oh,
12.
12,
a
that's
kick
savage. Oh my god.
In which case, I will also take my Cure Light Wounds potion.
Oh.
Because I will need it.
A kick in the balls.
After that,
A
right?
big one.
And a 2, just to follow that bad boy up. Great. Cool. Cool.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
That's not too bad, though. And then... hypothetically, if I were to, like, just chuck a short sword into the mouth of the bed... would that do anything? I'm going to do it.
I don't know. Let me see. Give me it's on a skill that means that you can position it in such a way that it's next time its jaws chomp closed, it stabs it in the roof of the mouth, right? So it's sort of balancing it. It's just going to be sort of dexterity, maybe sleight of hand. Yeah, maybe sleight of hand. You need sleight of hand to see if you can position the sword in such a way that when time starts up, it will just chomp down on it.
That's a 26.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you nestle it in between the covers a little bit, and the sword is positioned, you think, upwards in the open mouth of the bed, hopefully to jam through the roof of its mouth next time it closes its mouth. Very
amazing.
Excellent thought. Nice.
So that was my second action, and my first action, because I did this in reverse order, would have been to use the sovereign glue that I have in my pack to glue the feet of the demon to the floor.
That's
and then
amazing.
I'm not quite sure how that works. I would also try and do that to the bed as well, but I don't think. I think the glue sticks to the bottle and it only gets one use.
I think it might. I don't remember.
But let's just say I do it to the demon, because I can definitely do that.
Sovereign glue. Hang on. Must be put in the flask within 1 round. New application of the salve of slipperiness. Hang on, no, that's not right. It holds anywhere to 1 to 7 ounces of the stuff. No, you can do both. You can do both. We'll say you can do the bed and the demon. That's not a problem. Absolutely not a problem. Yeah, you do. I mean, you do. That's fine. It doesn't really do anything. It takes 1 round to set, but you've got an hour. It doesn't, though. I don't think entirely set. It sort of partially does, but because time stops happening, sort of a thing. But it won't know that it's got that on. So,
in which case, I will then just hide round the corner here from the demon.
Okay, excellent stuff. I actually love it. That's amazing. Yeah. So you hide around there, and I guess you sort of slump against the wall and just sort of wait.
wait it out. Maybe this is life now.
Again.
Yeah, like, is this my world now?
This is it.
You can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You're stuck, and oh my god. And then it's like you sort of hear a creaking sound. There's music playing, right?
Not that I can hear, but I could just be quiet for me. I've just gone on the music thing. No, nothing's playing on the jukebox.
It was weird. It was playing in my ear, but none of the things were actually on play. And then I had to press play and stop again, and now it stopped. Right. So the creaking of the manor starts again, and you kind of hear and stuff starts to slowly move, and there's a sort of slow movement of the guys over here in combat, and suddenly combat bursts back into being. And that's not the music ad. That's the music ad. Combat bursts back into being at the end of your turn, as if nothing had even happened. But for you, a whole hour has passed. You may be even starting to nod off a little bit. And it is the demon's turn.
Probably had a snack.
The demon kind of, you're sort of peering at it round the corner. The demon sort of goes, looks around because you've just vanished from in front of it out of thin air. And it can't see you, you're round a corner. You don't need to hijack, you're just round a corner. So it attempts to turn on the spot to go after these guys, but sort of goes... tries to turn. But I don't know if you've seen Fish Called Wonder. Have you seen the film of Fish Called Wonder? Where the guy's in concrete and he tries to turn around. He just goes, oh no. And it's just like really baffled by the fact that it cannot move. And is going to spend the full round sort of wrenching at its legs and trying to get itself free. But it can't. I actually don't think there's even a strength check to do it.
No, you need universal solvent.
Yeah, it is stuck there. That demon is stuck there. It cannot move. That is the end of its turn. Dorvan, it is your turn. What do you do?
First, I heal. 2 points. Let's see.
Do I get healing as well that I'm near you?
If you are below half
Only
health,
if you're under half.
Well, yeah. How much do I get?
then you get 2 hit points.
Ah, glory.
And it just stops once you get
Glory
to
be.
half your health.
Glory be to thee.
Okay.
I mean, I can see the bed. A quick turn around and I can see the thing.
You can see the thing. You can see that both of them now appear to be far less mobile.
Oh,
They were
1 second
a
I turn
second ago.
around and I see Night Knight's there. Another second, Night Knight's pulled off another
Yeah, Night Knight appears to have
fantastical
teleported.
escape again. So,
And he's like, from behind the wall.
well,
He's pulled off a Quicksilver.
I know I've not been too effective against the bed, apart from my lightning breath, which I haven't got for another 2 rounds. So I'm going to provoke an attack opportunity as I move away.
Okay. Are you going to do something after your movement?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine. It'll take an attack of opportunity. It doesn't have to move to take it, so it's not going to take a negative this time, but let's see what it can do. Oh my god. What is your armor class?
21.
That is to confirm. It doesn't confirm, but it does hit. Rolled a nat 20. Takes 16 points of damage.
16?
Yeah, from the lashing tongue that just swipes you and slams you into the wall as you try and move away.
Okay. I'm on -1. My aura drops because I'm now unconscious. Well, I'm dying.
Oh my god.
There's no roll I can make there, I'm afraid. So yes, I am now
That's one. Dying. Dead and dying. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But it could have been worse, I suppose.
As Dorvan was reaching for his crossbow.
Because it was a nat 20. So, but confirmed, that could have been much, much worse. But it wasn't.
Could have been
wicked.
need.
Dorvan, it is Johann's turn. Johann, again, you can see that whilst this thing has just struck at Dorvan, and he is now slumped to the floor, bleeding out of his mouth, it does appear to be stuck fast.
Has
to
it
the floor.
lost any mobility or dex to its armor class, anything like that? I'm trying to haggle to see if I can try and beat this thing finally.
It's flat-footed, definitely. It's flat-footed. It's
Okay.
lost its dex.
Wow.
But you get the impression that because of its size, that wasn't really its strength anyway. But you weren't struggling to hit it, really.
I am Johann of the Order of the Ethereal Dream, a dream from which you shall not wake. Flurry of blows. 24.
Is a hit.
28.
Is a hit.
22.
Is a hit. 3 palpable belts in its gob. And at the... Actually, hang on 1 second. Just before you do your damage, because this won't kill it, but this will do it damage. Night, please roll a D... It's a short sword, was it?
Yeah.
Short sword. Short sword is a D8, am I right?
Well, it's
D6.
a small short sword.
D6. Okay, so just a D6, but a D6 of damage
It's
at
a
least.
D4 because it's small.
Oh, it's small.
Okay. Well, because it's inside of its mouth, in the jellified bits, it will be not subject to its hardness. So roll a D4. 3 points of extra damage. Very nice. As you were, Johan, I figure every little helps. As it was attempting to bite at Dorvan, it kind of took a short sword to the roof of its mouth.
38
And
points.
takes 38 points of damage. Minus its hardness, but still. Okay, what is it like as you wipe this thing from existence?
One punch goes into one part of the bev frame, another uppercut dislodges the mattress, and the sword that Night put in there just tumbles out from its sheets, and Johan flips into the air and kicks it in the hilt, sending the blade straight through it. And it beds itself as it impales it to the ground.
Amazing. Excellent work. For all intents and purposes, combat is over. Because you guys have, you've beaten everything. The demon is still alive, which you know is an issue for the sake of travelling, but it can't move currently, so it's in dire straits. But you have erased the bed from existence. It now, once again, it kind of shakes and then goes solid and appears to be a completely mundane, crumpled piece of furniture.
Night.
Shall I attempt to stabilize?
The dwarf has fallen. We must move on.
Can I put 3 arrows into the demon while we're hanging about?
You can, and
it's
it is
like-
flat-footed because it is pinned to the floor.
Sweet.
That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's 3 hits with sneak attack.
Sweet.
You can just sort of like... It's like Pulp Fiction, where they're like... Except you're just taking aim and just unloading into it. What? Again.
79 points of piercing damage.
Oh, sorry. Actually, that's just 70 damage. I forgot to take the bonus that would have run out on my strength.
Oh no, it's just 70. It's still utterly turned into paste.
Yeah, just 70.
Which it turns into paste anyway, but you annihilate it. It is destroyed completely. Destroyed completely. Yeah. Dorvan.
10% chance?
Yeah, do it. See if you can, just before they try and help you.
Oh, can I use my inspiration to try again?
You can if you want to use it up now. I mean, they can.
Inspiration's a D4, isn't it?
That's a boon.
No, inspiration is just a re-roll.
Yes,
but
sorry.
It's normally D20s, but because
course,
it's on
D20.
Yes. I've forgotten our own system. I do apologise.
I mean, I'll allow a re-roll of a stabilize on the D100 if that's what you'd like to do.
I mean,
He's gone then, though, for the session, and these guys can help you, although Johan is...
I do
disappointed.
have 2 re-rolls
He
coming
is
up.
fallen.
Oh, you do have 2 you've got 3 re-rolls. 3
Well,
3 re-rolls overall.
that takes me to -2.
It does,
Do
-2.
you have any potions on you?
Nope. I was survived. I gave you my last potion.
Do you have any...
Johan, do you have any potions on you?
Well, I mean...
Yeah, I need potions.
I have some words.
I don't think he's quite dead.
I have some words
You can do
we
a heal
say.
check. DC 15.
Well, I suppose we could see you.
C15 heal check, guys.
I'm not sure if
Yeah,
he would accept.
I'll try a DC 15
If
heal
he'd
check.
accept the dishonor, to be honest. But I'll look upon him.
DC 15.
If only I didn't have a -1.
No, I think that counts, right?
We've always
DC
said to
15
beat.
got the for a heal.
Yeah,
fine.
come on.
Yeah, all right, fine.
Right,
fine, you're still dying.
sorry.
Gosh,
Let me.
So,
I don't know what I'm doing. So
Johan comes over and just goes, "I'll heal him."
DC. Okay. Yes, it would be kinder if we were to just.
I feel
we should put him out of
he is
business.
weighing us down in his current state.
He is slowing us down, night.
Are you aware of the Hell Knights, Rob, in Pathfinder?
Yes,
That's
little.
the attitude you currently have. But we should kill our casualties, then we don't have to worry about
See what you've got.
provisions.
Come on, heal the boy.
I'm afraid I have no means.
Hey.
of helping
Shame.
him. It is beyond
Dwarven,
my
please
skill
roll
to
another D100.
-3.
God, -3. He is dying, guys. He's
Well,
actually
hang
dying
on.
on the table.
Well, the thing is,
I don't have any potions.
I
Like,
do, but
genuinely don't have
I
anything I can
need
give
my
him except-
potions. I'm really badly injured. I need my potions.
I'm trying my best.
You never know. I might heal.
Dying on the floor. He's dying on the floor.
No, it's like, stay with me, Donovan. Stay with me.
Stay with me. Oh no! Johan.
How many has he got left? How many rolls has he got left?
Loads.
7.
Exactly.
Loads.
6 actually.
Exactly.
Minus
All right,
more.
we'll wait.
I mean, you could
No, I mean you
help.
can try a heal check as well, Johan. Every time you both can try heal checks, and he can try.
Are you allowed to do that? Okay.
I
I
don't
think so.
I think
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I don't see why not.
Oh, really?
It's just stabilizing him.
All right.
Only
No,
once
I
per
can
round.
see you. I can
Knowledge
see.
check.
He has internal bleeding, and Johan will like press something until something cracks in Dorman's side, and it prevents the internal bleeding from continuing.
Oh
There.
my god. Guys.
Oh.
Yeah, and Dorvan, you just wake up with Johan pressing hard on a wound.
I cough up a bit of electricity as well.
You are stabilized. You are on 1 hit point.
I need bronze vigor. As I then get some fast healing, so over 3 minutes I go back to half health.
Okay, and you're out of combat, so that happens very quickly. Right, boys, you are very close to the
Right, let's
artifact.
bloody hustle. Let's go.
Because
We
you
did a
feel the artisan's compass is buzzing. What do you do?
Well, first I'm going to take my healing
well,
potions.
You shit.
2d8 for the mod,
Plus 10.
plus 10. What?
How many hit points are you on, Doreen?
I'm on half.
Most dickish character you've ever played.
So it's,
I'm on
I want to say I'm never usually like this. Roll 2d8 plus 10. That's not a right roll, actually.
20,
That would
20
be,
hit points back.
That would have healed me for half of my current health. What a shame.
Well, then you couldn't have used your special ability, could you? So you'd be missing out.
Well, I could have.
And then what's a light?
That would
It's
take
it's
1d8
1d8
plus
plus 5, yeah.
How many
there we
potions
go.
do you have left, Johan?
Just, just, just in case I have one or two. What are you actually on?
42. So
Oh, your fast healing's
He's on
isn't it?
almost more than I can have in total.
He's fine.
You're all fine. You survive.
I stabilised Orvin. I think
You
if
hear
anything,
the house
I've done
is
the most
creaking
to help you. I
and-
think of it. Right.
You did.
Yes.
There's a thudding sound coming from downstairs. You can hear a sort of or noise somewhere in the distance in the house. This place is feeling a lot more active than just the ghosts.
Quickly, let's go.
What do you do?
I open this door in front
So
of me.
Night spotted the double doors that would have been the bedroom. But...
Indeed. You have a key on your person that was given to you by Lord Brightling. And you use the key, and the door, click, unlocks. What you realise, though, is that it feels like something has been put through the handles on the other side, like a broom or something, like is barring the door. So it's unlocked, but a good strength is needed to actually open it.
Night moves out of the way. It's a job for one of you two.
Dwarven is still small, so...
How long are you small for?
Johan!
How long are you small for, Dorvoon?
1 hour, but it's not been an hour for us, at least.
And I put my fist to the door.
Fist to the door. Little gentleman.
Hello, is anyone there? Hello.
A rat-tat-tat.
Give me a strength roll, please.
Oh, a strength roll.
Oh yeah, I mean roll.
Can I just attack
damage?
it?
Actually, to be fair, you could just do
I was gonna
damage.
say I am just going to strike it. So. I wish I could type better. 16! Bam!
The door bursts open before you, and you see a large bedroom, a very large bed upon which there is a long decayed, laid out corpse of a lady on the bed. And sat in the chair off to the side, you see a ghost of the same lady. And she sort of turns to look at you as you come in. And she says, visitors. We haven't had visitors in I don't know how many years. What are you doing here?
There's a whole party downstairs. What are you talking about?
Yes, frightful drunkards who can't see that they are in fact deceased. I shall not be spending my time with them anymore.
So you know you're dead.
Of course. I am Lady Brightling. Forgive me. None of them are aware that they are dead.
You know, we spoke to your husband.
Ghastly fool.
You
don't know what it's been like. You don't know what it's been like here. Stuck here, completely aware that I am dead, and that they are all dead, and that our fate was horrific. But no, they continue to be drunk and party, and I cannot convince them I am the only one that knows. Do you have any idea? Hell, that's what it has been. Absolute hell. So you see, it is rather nice to have visitors.
Well, we're very good company, hey.
So it would seem.
How did you all die? What happened?
It was a curse. Something affected. We have collected treasures for a very long time, and my husband gifted me a very beautiful treasure, a diamond. A diamond that constantly emitted a sort of a hushed, pained cry. It was almost beautiful. The most stunning diamond I have ever seen. And then one day, some outside power, I don't know what it was, came and affected the diamond. It cast some curse upon the house, a curse that meant the house itself came to life and eliminated and devoured all of the guests. I managed to escape and locked myself in here, and as you can see, eventually I succumbed to malnutrition and thirst. And now here I am.
You know, I have a very fancy diamond myself.
A very fancy diamond.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Really?
Yes.
I used to be a big fan of diamonds. I used to love them, but since this one caused so much trouble, I no longer wish to look upon it or hear its cry, which is louder than once it was.
Where is it?
It is in this box. Upon the table in front of her, there is a metal-locked case. And it's got runes all on it. It says, if you're here to steal it, I don't recommend it. It will bring you nothing but misfortune.
You know, they say that about a lot of the things I've stolen. And we're not here to steal it exactly. We'll just borrow it for a second, and then it will stay here.
You misunderstand me. I only wish to save you from the fate that it has brought upon us. I have no connection to it. If you are dead set upon taking it, you may feel free. I have the key upon my person.
You said it
When you
yourself,
say
Night
on your
Knight.
person, do you mean on your ghost person? Oh, sorry, Johan, go on.
You said it yourself, Night Knight. You have many treasures and many trinkets. This one is no more dangerous than any of the others. Let us take it and be done with it.
Orvan's wandered over to the corpse to
Yeah, she has a chain around her neck with a key upon it.
all three of my hands reach for the key.
As you're doing this,
You should have checked the bed.
Stabilize the key with one hand, and the two hands reach round the back to undo it, and your one extra hand picks up the key. So you have the key. You didn't check the bed, but you're relatively sure that she came into this room and locked it to escape the living furniture, and so none of it seems to have got to her in here, and she's been okay. However, on this door off to the side of you, there is a sudden rattling against the door. Something seems to be bashing against the door to try and open it, and there's a similar, not sort of a roaring sound, but a similar movement of sort of fabric trapping against the door, as if something on the other side is trying to get to you.
Take it, Night Knight.
Yeah, I'll grab it and try and unlock the case.
Yeah, you do. You unlock the case. The key slides in beautifully. The lock is absolutely stunning. Click, it opens. The case opens, and as the case opens, a sort of pained, baleful moan emits from the most beautiful fist-sized diamond you have ever seen in your life. This thing looks stunning. It doesn't necessarily feel evil, it feels tortured, and emits this sort of pained cry, this constant cry, and it feels like an incredibly powerful artifact, as you can feel the artisan's compass whirring up in your pocket. It appears to be powered, but you don't see a portal. You know there is one nearby, you just don't know where it is. It must be somewhere in the house.
Oh, no, not again. We have to crash something again.
Does that compass give clues anything, or is this a guessing game?
And you feel like
Yeah, it does
it's
riddles.
stronger
Does riddles, Dolan.
as you get closer to the item and to the power source. So, like, you feel like it will get stronger the closer you get to the portal. So you'll have an idea. Sort of a you're getting hotter, you're getting colder kind of situation.
Lead the way, little one.
You're smaller than me now. You're the little one. You're the baby. You're a little baby.
Give it 10 minutes, and that will change.
You'll always be a baby in your heart, Dolan.
It's been enough time, I wouldn't imagine.
Since you are here, Lady Brightly says, in the case, since you're taking this from me, and I am so grateful that you are taking it from my presence, please help yourself to parting gifts. And she points to a small satchel, a small sort of bag that appears to have treats in it. She was a collector, a very specific collector. Can each of you please roll a d20 for me?
Ooh.
Critical.
Nice, a 20 from Dorun.
Acht.
8. Okay, so, and Johan as well.
Yo.
2. It is 2. It is 2.
Please roll 1d4, Dorman.
4.
4. You have a small packet of 1d4 donut-shaped mints. She collects magical sweets. Mints, as in mint.
A mint.
Not mincemeat.
It's perfect. It's just she got, because it's a dinner party, it's just like a couple of after eights. That's what she's got.
She is very much an artisan, and she shares these with her guests as a specialty, which she keeps them because they are magical, very, very particular in nature. She keeps them with her most prized treasures. These are called life preservers, and they would have been really useful to you a minute ago. At first, these mints seem to have no effect. However, next time the user takes a fatal blow, they are automatically stabilized and return to 1 hit point.
Wow.
If you're not knocked immediately below 10. If you're immediately knocked below 10, not so much. But if you are knocked below 1, between -1 and -10, you immediately stabilize.
Wait, do I have to consume one, or is it just
you have to consume one,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next time you get hit with a fatal blow, you will, and you have four of those. And then we have Night who rolled an 8. 61, 68. You find a foot-long gummy snake made of soft, colourful candy. After eating this candy, the user grows 2 long fangs, and their bite becomes incredibly poisonous. The effect lasts for 4 hours. Let's have a look at snake venom in a moment. I will do that, and I'll tell you what snake venom you have. But it's going to be that of a viper, I would imagine. I think it's vipers that are poisonous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And since it's a powerful item, it will probably be a large snake, so we'll call it a large snake venom. And Johan got a 2. Oh my god. Johan, you keep getting things that do the same thing. So after you get a pack of 1d12. Roll a d12. Two.
Oh, I keep rolling the same number, 2.
You get 2 refreshments. These are after-dinner mints. After consuming a mint, the user feels cool and refreshed. Icy fog drifts from their mouth, and they gain the ability to breathe a freezing blast of cold that does 2d6 damage to any creature within a 30-foot cone.
The damage, sorry?
2d6, and the DC for that is going to be difficult. I'm assuming... Ooh... It'll be as a spell, and we'll do it as... What's the cone of cold?
Cone of cold, yeah, but that's a weak cone of cold, to be fair. So it doesn't have to be as high.
No, but it's more just for the DC. Cone of cold is a level 5. Reflex half, so it will be your... Because you're based on wisdom. So it'll be 10 plus your wisdom plus 5.
10 plus my wisdom plus 5, wow.
That's the spell DC, so yeah. But it only just 2d6 damage, so I don't feel too bad making that. quite a high save. But yeah, so after eating one, you are able.
Is it an attack action to do it? I'm guessing, right?
Yes, it'll be a standard action to breathe the.
Well, I'm
dust
going to
bowl, 30-foot
consume
cone.
one of my mints right now.
You consume one immediately.
Does one of you two want the gummy snake? I don't think it will do me much good.
Would you like one of my mints?
I'd love one of your mints.
One of my
Very kind of you, little baby dwarf.
Johan, you have smacked me, wrestled me,
Yes.
but would you like a mint?
I will gladly take a mint.
You got sweeties.
I am not regretful for helping you.
There you go. You can all auto stabilize to 1.
Thank you.
She says, "My hope is that as the diamond leaves, its power will no longer take us, and I can be freed from this torturous existence. I cannot stand the drunkards any longer."
Goodbye.
And you head off. Very good.
Maybe you should have a drink. Maybe that would help.
Yes, maybe you should join them. At least having a good time.
They died drunk. They are forever drunk. I was not. I cannot drink. I am a ghost.
Savage.
Oh. Pity.
Absolute torture. Okay,
Right.
what are you doing? You know that somewhere in the house
We need
there
to keep
is a
going.
portal.
We're supposed to find this soon. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hustle. Johan rushes over to this door and opens it. I haven't moved. That's embarrassing. The one in the top part of the bedroom.
Oh, in the top part of the bedroom. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you,
for
you
some
pull
reason,
a thing
I
out
can't
from the
move
door
again,
that she's obviously
so
put
if
in
you
there,
wouldn't mind, that'd be really handy.
and then you open the door. You see that it just leads you to the corridor outside. It's just another entrance into the room. Dorvan, you try this door over here.
Yes.
So same thing as downstairs. You open the door, and behind it there appears to just be more wall, like it's blocked the guests in,
Right.
closed itself off.
Down the stairs. Or through that door. But I heard noise from that door.
Go, go, go.
Night, do you sense anything beyond that door?
Yeah, something banging on the door.
Your compass, night.
The compass doesn't seem to get any stronger as you hold it up towards the door.
No, it's not giving me anything.
Point it everywhere!
I imagine it's downstairs.
You head down the stairs.
There is also a basement.
You head
There's a basement.
down the stairs. Yeah, you saw stairs going down earlier. You did pass them by. Night had the time to explore the basement. You head down the stairs. I don't know where Night is on the thing. Right, yep. So you head down the stairs, and as you head down the stairs, you feel the compass powering up a little more. It certainly gets a little stronger. Are we back? Hello, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. We've once again hit that time of the evening where Roll20 has decided to say no, which is annoying. But there we go. So we're going to do a short sort of storyscape. The guys have used the artisan's compass to trace where the portal is. They've discovered it's in the basement. They have run through the house, and bits of the house have started to come to life. The walls are sort of rattling. A couple of the sculptures have come to life. The stuffed bear is sort of moving and padding around one of the rooms. A few bits of furniture lunge at them as they run through, but they make it to the basement, and they race down into the basement.
Very The Shining, isn't it?
Following the compass, with sort of the rest of the house clamoring above them, as if they're sort of being chased down into the basement. So, as you were, guys, continue.
I see it.
Run!
So you race towards the portal. And Dorvan is the first, sort of jumps and just vanishes into the portal. Followed swiftly by Night Johan,
What has been
who
done here?
doesn't appear to be moving on mine at all. Yep, you're there. Well, I'm gonna move you. So you're in, and all three of you into the portal. This time it's sort of different. You feel like you zip through this portal. The world disappears around you again. You're in a vortex, but the vortex is completely different. It feels like for a second it's black and white, and then it's like vivid colors, and everything is sort of strange to you. It smells different and wrong. Everything is all over the place. There are strange sounds around you. The world is swirling, and you feel completely out of place. And you find yourselves, and I'm just going to double check that you absolutely 100% have vision. You find yourself stood on a stage in a theatre. And I have to question that now, if you would. And he starts to walk back this way.
Excuse me, I'm not normally this short. I know I'm a dwarf, but I'm actually a bit taller than this.
You are tiny.
Night will go off bowing and gathering the flowers that are already flung on the stage, thinking they're for him. Like thanking the box.
Flowers.
Yeah.
From his horrible sound.
Can I just point out, everybody on stage would need to do a smell check against Night.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
they
that's
would.
true actually. Well, I don't know they're going to do checks. One of them goes, throws off a bit in his hand, and then tries to sing a little bit more, and it's just the whole performance has gone to shit.
I just want to set a very quick challenge because due to an issue that was completely my fault, everyone else, I'm afraid, has been muted this whole time.
Oh my god! You've landed in a theatre. Everything seems
No,
wrong.
wait.
A blue glowing dot.
Let me refresh to try and fix the dice. Okay, right. Please. Oh my god, this is the worst thing in the world. Please bear with me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. Oh no. Go!
Okay, you have all flight on the stage. You see this glowing blue kind of Saint Bernard who stands before you, and you see that he kind of looks a bit like that.
Aww.
He says, "My friends, you are far from your home. You are far from where you should be. And you are about to meet my master. He may not mean much to you, but here he demands respect. Please show it." And he turns to guide you down the corridor. And as he turns, he stops for a second, turns back, and says, "Oh, and by the way, welcome to Greyhawk." And starts walking down the corridor.
No way.
What is Greyhawk?
I mean, I know. Can I say, or does
Yeah. It's not a thing that as players, as characters, you will have heard of.
Wouldn't know.
You may have heard the name in like a storybook. To you, that's kind of what you would think of it as, a storybook.
Yeah, because Greyhawk isn't from our setting, but it's a very famous city from the mainline 3.5 setting. So. Cool.
Are you moving? It's very hard to tell whether you're moving or not.
Am I moving? That is a very good question.
Not on mine, you're not.
No, I haven't actually tried moving on this yet. So, which way did you go? Just move me. If in doubt,
Down
just move me.
south.
Honestly, just do it. I won't mind.
Yeah.
You're there.
Okay, great.
Who do you think his master is?
I might have had a spoiler by looking at the music track, so I will pretend I have not seen the name of the music track and instead say, I have no idea.
Oh, well, I didn't see the name of the music, so I'm not going to look, because I
Good.
don't believe in
Hadn't realised
spoiling.
that would show up, to be honest, for you. I thought that if I changed the name of the music, it would stay as it was for you, but no, apparently not.
I have no idea who this is.
You you make your way up the stairs. Well, some of you do. I make your way up the stairs, Johan.
I make your way upstairs.
And you step into what appears to be some sort of office. And there is a gentleman sat at a desk. And there are all sorts of curios and sort of astronomical-looking devices for tracking the stars, research things and books and whatever, sat in front of you at the desk. And the hound goes and sits faithfully next to him. And you look upon this man, who is a bald man with a small, a sort of forked black beard. And he turns to face you and he says... You'll have to bear with me. He says, welcome, my friends. Welcome to my theater. You have come very far. And I have been informed that you may need my help.
And who are we speaking to? You seem to know so much about us. We know nothing about you.
Forgive me. My name is Morden Kanan. Again, it is a name that you probably will have heard. A name that you will have heard in that, to you, Morden Kanan is like a sort of storybook character that's been put on a bunch of magics that exist. Not a real person. But this is definitely a real person, and he gives off an aura of immense power and a sureness about him. In reality, of course, Morden Kanan is the wizard that created all of the spells that have his name, including Morden Kanan's faithful hound.
Huh.
I have been contacted by one you know as Yam. He has informed me that you need to destroy a powerful artifact, and that you do not have the ability to do so. He has dragged you far, far from your own world to mine, so that I might offer you my assistance. For I believe once this power is done with your world, it may be able to spread here, and I cannot have that. And so, I will offer you one boon. A single use for one of you. However, if you try to use it beyond what I have allowed, one use to see your mission fulfilled, then you will pay dearly for it. That is not a threat, that is just a risk of the universe. If you agree, I wish to know which one of you intends to take this boon upon your person.
Does it matter? Can it only be used by a tiny dwarf? What exactly?
It is temporary.
Any one of you, which one of you has the strongest will, and which one of you stands against the chaos?
Oh, well, I am very, very willful. Everybody is always saying how willful I am. Only earlier, Johan said, Night Night, you are willful and strong-willed and stand against chaos.
Give it to the goblin if you must, but no, in doing so you will doom the universe.
This gentleman, he stands. He walks forward. He walks over to you, Johan. Looks you in the eye, dead in the eye, and there is a sort of intimidating sureness to his look, and he says, "I believe that you are, in fact, the person to take what I have to offer. But I also believe that you are a law unto yourself. Do not disobey my requests. It will go very badly for you. One use, fulfill your mission, and then ensure that nobody gets this item that I am to give you.
It shall not be taken from my possession if it is me that you grant it to."
Very well. I will take that as your word, and as such you are bound. He reaches into his cabinet, and from the cabinet he pulls out a bound, what looks sort of football-sized thing wrapped in old cloth, and places it on top of the cabinet. He unfurls it, and you see a shining golden helmet.
You
picks it up.
look so fancy, Johan.
And he hands it to you. He says, "You are not properly able to use this device, as our worlds are not connected. However, using your will, if you place the item you wish destroyed within it, and then activate it, it will be done. This is the Helmet of Disjunction. Take it, and ensure nobody but you gets their hands on it."
Don't put your head in it.
Johan will take the helm and place it upon his brow.
Yeah, it's like it feels really powerful, but it feels like it doesn't sit right. It's got a weird vibraty power, and when you put it on, you can't gel with it at all. But like he says, if you want to destroy an item, basically the deck of many things, you need to place it within the helmet.
I misunderstood, and he takes the helmet off. Very good.
Yeah.
And he stores it on his...
Otherwise, in order to use it like a proper item, you have to bond with it, and that doesn't.
Yeah, he
work
takes it and puts it in his satchel
universes.
thing, so it's there on his side.
He says, "I am very fond of my world, and my world has faced many perils. We have enough. We do not wish to have the perils from yours leak into ours. Solve your problems. Good luck." And he claps his hands. And as he claps his hands, you are immediately sucked through a portal. And you are immediately ejected. I say you're immediately ejected. I don't know where you're immediately ejected.
Hey, at least the map loaded this time.
The map loaded, but in this case, you're not on it, which is just bloody.
Maybe that's why it loaded so quickly.
Absolutely.
Johan wasn't here.
Yeah, probably.
Johan, a being of disjunction.
You are immediately ejected. Right. Can you see yourselves? Can you see?
Yes, I can now. Yeah.
Control and everything as it was. You are ejected, and you
Still in
see
control.
next to you a building that looks very, very similar to one you were in before from the outside. You think this is the museum you started in, only there is no storm going on. There is no rain. It is not nighttime. You're clearly in a slightly different version of the world. You see an enormous stone plinth type thing, like an altar, with a burning power, a sky beam coming out from the center. Because it's the end of a Michael Bay film, there should be a sky beam. And you see in the center of the sky beam, there is hovering the deck of many things, sorting itself slowly. You see, stood just before that, a fiery being with a sort of long, fiery tail, formed of glyphs and runes, floating as if guarding it and looking over it. You believe this to be Tao himself. And you also see around you, within the world, many, many ripped open portals, seemingly leading into the void beneath and into different versions of the world. You can see from sort of all directions. They're almost omnidirectional. They're not flat, they're sort of orbular, these tears in reality. You see deep in one the ship that you were once on as it floats into nothingness. You see what was the remnants of some aquatic world just lost in a vortex of nothing. You see various things that I'm sure you can explore yourself. Just behind you, you see what look like enormous black tentacles that test your sanity as you look upon them. But up upon the stone plinth, you see Tao. He turns, he sees you, and he growls. He says, so Yam's little minions have made it at last. Did you enjoy your journey?
It took a lot longer than it was advertised by Yam. I'll be honest.
Messing with the forces of the universe takes a lot of concentration, something he was never known for. However, you are too late. You shall not stop what has begun.
Why, Tao? Why are you doing this?
Because chaos has reigned for too long. The beings, the cabal of beings that created the deck, they were born of chaos. They praised it, and they trapped me in servitude for years. And so now I use their power against them. The deck's power will soon be mine. It will be tamed, and I will be able to control this universe.
No.
Yam has sent you to do his dirty work. For he was one of those who created this artifact. That is why he would not see it destroyed by his hand.
That is
But
what...
you may try.
That is
if
what
you
he
wish.
thinks he sent us here to do. It did not enter into his darkest imaginings that we have arrived here to usurp you and take that power for our own.
He laughs. I helped create the deck. I have a fundamental understanding of its inner workings. What do you have?
I have a dream, and he charges.
Okay, roll initiative. We're there, folks. We're there.
Johan's true colours shining through.
thinly disguised.
From a couple of the
Yes, I like it.
hairs in reality, some of the chaos demons that you've seen before crawl, but not many, because that would make the combat too long.
And I actually managed to roll a dice, which
Already
is
ridiculous.
impressive all on its own.
Excellent
So
stuff. That is what I like to see. We are rolling. We're rolling.
we're actually rolling dice. That's good.
Sorry, Mike.
It's in my head now, you bastards.
I know you love it. Okay, so. So Johan got an 18. Night got a 14. Dorvan got a 19.
Rare moment of inspiration.
Very nice, Dorvan. You guys very close together on your initiatives. Okay, so Tao sort of hovers there, and he kind of turns and gestures behind him as the sort of the mist around, the magical mist around the deck of many things parts, and a strange half-formed being steps forward. A strange half-formed being that you're really unsure about. It looks mechanized. It looks like it's from another dimension, this thing. It's like a robot, but not quite. It is a centaur-like being with whips for arms, but it doesn't look finished. It looks like it's forming over time. You believe this to be a being of absolute law, of absolute order. It looks like it could be utterly deadly if the power that is creating it manages to finish forming it before things go in your favor. This is a Koliarut, an inevitable, a creature of order. But Tao goes first, and I believe the first thing he will do is he will do a gesture with his hands, and he will vanish. I believe he has turned himself invisible.
Oh dear.
Next, Dorvan.
Dorvan, as fast as his little legs can carry him.
So tiny,
5.
so cute.
Shut up! 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15. He just sprints to that. That's all he'll do.
Okie dokie. Johan, you are up next.
Johan will begin charging forth himself. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Are you moving?
Yeah, no, I haven't placed myself there. There we go. You should.
You moved!
I moved, yeah. He rushes there and he slams his back against the wall of this thing, and he throws out a hand, and some instinctual belief lets him realise that he can cast this power, because in another session, Johan gained the ability to summon Monster 6.
What monster are you summoning?
As he calls forth a Janny, a medium outsider, a Jinn.
Oh my gosh, okay. Oh god. I have absolutely no idea.
Just a so like maybe a glowing ball. Then, if you can just get like or some fire, something like that, to represent it.
They're not the easiest things to find,
No,
our
they're
genies.
No.
Oh, a Jinn.
And
There
I'm
you go,
going to
an
summon
actual-
him right next to Dorvoon, if that's all right.
Do you see him? Or is
Oh,
he not
no.
on your layer, token layer? There
Yes,
you go.
I do,
One
yes.
Jinn. What size is the Jinn?
He's medium, so that's perfect.
Medium. There he is. You
Yeah.
have one Jinn.
Why next to me?
You summon in a djinn. Absolutely beautiful. You have a genie on your side. Absolutely
Okay, now with that summoning, is that me doing the summoning rule? So that is it. I don't know how your power works.
No, because you got it from the effect. I think it's just an instant releasing of the power. Like the summoning was already done when the power went off, so he just appears next to Dorvan.
Amazing. So he can act on his turn?
He can act on your turn, yeah. So he can act now.
Dorvan, you can either resist, or you can just let its power fill you.
I have no reason to. I wouldn't be doubting at this point, so just.
Okay, so twice per day, a Janny can magically change a creature's size. This works just like an enlarged person spell.
Amazing!
So the Janny chooses when using the ability. The ability, if it's against something's will, then it's a DC 13 Fortitude save, negates it. So yeah, he will cast Reduce Person. no, I'm kidding. He will cast Enlarge. He will cast Enlarge Person to return you to your usual size.
Amazing. Absolutely epic.
You just hear Night Night go, no!
I think
that is superb.
Man,
yeah, the power goes
music.
off. I didn't loop the music.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. There we go. There it is. Yeah, so it kind of summons and it does a little thing over you, and as it's doing this, as it speaks in a sort of Auran language, you just expand back to your normal size. And it hurts. Your bones crack. And you are back to your normal size. That is your turn. Excellent stuff. Night, you are up.
Can I move to here and try and can I hide in these rocks? Is that
yes?
a
You can
hideable spot?
indeed. Give me a hide check.
Oh, not 109, just 19. 33.
Okie dokie. Right. Super.
Yes, that'll be it.
That's it. Okay. Good stuff. The demons that have formed. Move forward. Actually, that can do double movement. This won't do full double movement, but it will move in a sort of advanced. No, it will move double. Excellent stuff. Actually, it is at this point we will. Okay. Redium's add to the chaos also goes off. It does not form another demon, but it does seem to reinforce these demons somewhat. That is their turn. That is the end of the round. Can everybody please do a will save?
Oh no.
I will save
Oh dear.
Is it a fear effect?
Nope.
Is it a spell effect?
Good.
No.
Is it a mind enchantment effect?
No.
Poison?
No. It's a chaos effect.
12.
12.
10.
10.
I'm sorry, I just lost my character sheet. Bear with, sorry. Apologies, there we are.
Oh, Johan.
A critical
Can
fail.
all three of you roll a d100 as the deck of many things is floating and a huge burst of energy comes out, and you are hit with a chaos wave.
I've had 42 before, I think.
Maybe. That can't happen again for another 3 rounds.
5.
So we've got a 5 and a 42. So a 5 is my favourite one on the whole list. Oh no, and it's probably really bad for you. Roll a d10.
That was my D100, by the way, sorry.
5.
So for 5 rounds, you are compelled to loudly describe every action just before you take it, giving all enemies a +1 on all defense against you.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I'm going to sneak attack you.
Yeah, you gain the ability to breathe underwater and a swim speed of 20, Dorvan, which you already have, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So roll again, because it doesn't count, you get it twice. And Johan got a 34.
89.
Wow. Johan, I'm gonna 89, okay. You are refreshed, as if you have had a full night's rest. Everything that is gained from a full night's rest is replicated.
So I get 8 hit points back.
It's magical. I would say it's double, as if you've had a rest in a safe location.
I get 16 hit points back.
Juicy.
Johan, you gain...
Oh god.
I kind of want to... Yeah, no, I'll just tell you because it's more... It doesn't matter. You gain the use of True Resurrection once. You can cast True Resurrection 1 time.
Does he need a
I
diamond?
don't know whether you're ever going to use that on your teammates. I do not know.
What are you
Shall
saying?
see.
It's a shame we don't have that screaming diamond that we had a moment ago. Oh.
Right. At this point, Johan, your flat-footed armor class, please.
Oh, flat-footed armor class 15. 16, sorry, 16.
16. Okay.
Not that it probably matters.
So, Tau strikes you as he becomes visible again, and a large scimitar, like flame scimitar, just strikes out at you and slashes you, and you take 10 points of damage. But you are lawful, yes?
I am.
Yeah, so you don't take any extra damage. As he is also lawful. He is trying to be the ultimate law, so you don't take extra damage from that. But yeah, you take a chunk of damage as he forms again and just strikes at you. Dorvan, it is your turn.
Dorvan will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Excellent stuff. It will be taken. Armor class, please.
20.
That is a hit. As you take, oh dear, 9 points of damage. And a D100 again, please.
Ten.
Oh my god. Getting the really good. You can use True Strike as a quicken spell 3 times. You can quicken True Strike 3 times.
Nice.
Very nice.
1, 2, 3,
Keep taking damage, but keep getting some beautiful effects.
4. As I come round to here, as I'm going to flank Tau, and as I do,
Then, yes, you
I'm
are
going to
flanking.
shout to Johan, "The deck! Cast it away! The deck!" I will hold him off as I attempt one attack on Tau.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am going to True Strike this, so sod it, why not?
Nice.
So that is plus 20, plus flank, plus attack. 49. Does 49 hit?
49 to hit.
Bloody
Yeah, I think it
hell.
probably does. It definitely does.
That was True Strike, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Glory, glory.
You give him a good old clobbering. Do it.
5.
5 points of damage.
But it was a really well-placed hit.
It really was well placed. Yeah. 5 damage. Yeah, he takes all of it. He doesn't seem to have any resistance. Definitely does him some damage, but not a massive amount of damage as you run towards him and just clobber him one. And he sort of turns and you see a sort of fiery smile from inside the flames as he looks at you. Johan, it is your turn.
Johan is going to leap and kick off the wall in an attempt to tumble from Tao's threat range. As he makes a tumble check to try and not provoke an attack of opportunity.
DC 15.
I just don't critical fail. He kicks off the wall, as they say, bounces away, heeding Dorvoon's words. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He gets up to there. He's used the step once and then around to climb to that point. Or can he jump on the stair here?
It's not very high, so it's sort of a singular. It's not a climb check, but it does take the end of your movement to climb up on.
Okay, that's fine. As long as I can end up on that bit there. Is that okay?
Yeah, not a problem.
Cool. I
So
then
you stood up
invoke
on
the power that I earned earlier, and I bring down a lightning bolt, or a chain lightning. So you said it was like chain lightning, so I looked at chain lightning.
It's the damage of chain lightning. It just doesn't chain to anything.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So the bolt deals 1d6 of electricity damage per caster level to a maximum of 20.
Caster level 15 is what it said.
So that's
So 15d6.
15d6. He has to do a reflex saving throw. So based on the DC that you told me for the blast of cold, that means that is a reflex saving throw of 15... 18.
He does not. Got a 15.
No way! 15d6 of lightning coming up for Tal then. So he runs up the stairs as Donna says, "Get to the attack!" And he rushes and then leaps up the stairs and he like shoots a look back and like just points and lightning comes hurtling down out of the sky.
Absolutely.
15d6 of lightning. Let's go.
Immense power just surges through you.
52 points of lightning.
Crack of lightning.
Cracks down upon him. And the Zhani will disengage from the Chaos Demon, so he'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
He took one on me, though, didn't
I
he?
don't know whether to. I mean, I've given you control, Johan, of him.
I can't move him.
I don't.
Oh no, I can. He will move.
Well, unless he's got combat reflexes.
That's a good point. Does the demon have combat reflexes?
The demon does not have combat reflexes.
Okay, so the Zhani moves then in that case, and he moves to flank Tau. And the Zhani is just gonna go for a melee attack. This is by no means one of the most powerful Jin that there are available, but he does have a rather nifty scimitar, which he's going to use to attack him.
This is Jin versus Jin.
Oh really?
Genie
Is he actually?
action.
Is he actually a Jin? That's so cool.
Tau is indeed a far more. He's a very, very powerful genie. That's why he was granting the. That's why the whole thing started. He granted a wish, didn't he? To
Of course,
essentially
yeah.
tricking the deck to him.
24 to hit with the scimitar.
24 is a hit.
Okay. Doesn't do much on the melee damage.
Absolutely pummeled.
6 points of slashing damage from the scimitar.
Very nice. Yeah, slashes through him, and there's a sort of as he's taking damage and being damaged a lot more than he was expecting in the first couple of rounds.
That's my turn.
Combat.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Yeah. So that is the end of Johan's turn. Night, it is your turn.
Night shouts. Night the goblin stands up from the rocks and fires 3 sneaky arrows into the back of Tau. And then he does that.
Yep. He announces to everyone what he is going to do. He does it. So yeah.
First
normal
attack.
arrows.
Yeah, because he doesn't know that was going to
17
happen.
doesn't quite get him, I'm afraid.
Critical
That is
miss.
possibly a fumble.
24.
Not a fumble.
And
13
3
doesn't quite get him
misses.
either. So you fire, you stand up, you announce to him that you're going to fire, and then you fire, and he just sort of, you got his attention. Just turns and looks at you like, what the?
What are you doing?
Confused. And that was a full round of attacks.
It was.
Beautiful stuff. Okay, and so. Chaos Demons very much kind of moves over to here and halfway comes up the wall. And this one moves to here also, as they can see that you're attempting to destroy the deck, and they don't want that. They like the chaos. So they are going to try to stop you. So 2 of them, 2 attacks upon your person. Johan, what is your armor class, please?
22.
That is a miss. 18. That is a hit. So you get hit by 1 of them. The second one, so the blue one hits you. And you take 7 points of damage. And roll a d100. Use.
85.
85. Nice and high, that's what we like to see. 85. You can undo the effects of a previous draw.
I thought that rang a bell.
Of any previous draw.
Numbers, there's some really interesting ones on here that can screw you or change the combat completely, but you guys seem to be getting the same things.
And I have to do that now, I'm guessing.
Well, it has to be a previous draw, so it has to be a draw previous to this point. So yeah.
Can you guys just remind me of any that might be worthwhile to do?
Night stink. It is so.
No. Night's shouting of his.
Yeah, that's a great shout. He'll go, Night, shut up! And it undoes, and then does that thing that robs Night of his
Say,
stealth.
shut up! And there's a as the power dissipates, and Night goes, oh yeah, I don't have to announce anything. Suddenly comes to the realization that he doesn't need to do that.
Awesome.
That is the demon's turn. We are back to the top of the round. Tau is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Dorvan, and from the
Johnny! Behold!
Take. I'm just going to do this the hard way.
Ha! Possibly a fumble!
dear.
Possibly a fumble.
The double
15!
fumble. Johan,
29.
that is a fumble. Dorvan, that is not a fumble.
The Johnny fumble!
The Janny drops his weapon. And that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh
We're starting with the
no!
one in that square. If he drops it in that square, it's gone forever.
What number
Please
is
roll
that?
a d8. 1.
Don't roll a 1. Five.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it lands just underneath Tau,
Yeah, in the fire.
who moves away.
Hey!
And we'll move to here, sort of
So
flies
good.
up over your head and descends upon you. And as he does so, he will. Yeah, he's not going to do that actually. He's going to just appear up here. Going to stop up above you on top of this, and he will cast a wall of flame, which appears around this central thing here. So a wall of flame appears here, just shy of his creation there, of his lawful friend, and now surrounds the deck of many things in the center. Did I just mute myself for a second?
No,
That was
no.
weird. And that is his turn. Yeah, wall of flame. Dorvan, it is your turn.
Dorvan goes for a slight jog and thinks in his mind, maybe it's time to shave the beard. As he gets to here, and he's like,
So yeah, he is above you at the moment, so it's a bit of a reach, but you're doing a breath weapon, yes?
yes, how high above?
You would say he's maybe, so the stage is just about 10 feet, he's about above that, so it's more like 15 feet-ish.
I've got a 30-foot range, that's fine.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I was hoping he'd be flat so I can get all of them, but I'm going for him. So he needs to make a reflex save of 19.
A reflex save of 19. So he makes the reflex save of 19.
He only takes 12 electricity damage.
Okie dokie.
And you'll take 6 next turn. I will then invoke a draconic aura of power as I shout to both of my allies, remember, bronze power, bronze power.
Bronze power.
So +2 to all your damage rolls within 30 feet.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okie dokie. That is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, he takes a bunch of damage and he's kind of fried and like he's looking really angry, but he's sort of sagging in the sky a little bit and looks like he's struggling. But that is your turn, Jorvan. Johan.
Oh, goodness.
Your turn. Two demons in front of you.
Towers above me, out of my reach, is that right? He's not landed.
Yeah, he's
up
about
there.
5 feet away from you this way and he is just above you.
Okay, so I can't reach him. Okay. Johan is going to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity from the demons, because he needs to move out of the way of them to do this anyway, so...
Okay.
So
your armor class is 22?
22, yeah.
Okay, one
Hopefully.
hits you.
Ow.
The other misses.
Oh god, this is
You
not going
take
well.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
D100 please.
Handshake.
Let's have a D100 number we've not had before. Come on.
I
Keep getting
mean,
the
I'm
same
open
numbers.
to it. I'm open to it.
Don't roll a 3.
79.
Good for a month.
79. I don't think we've had a 79 yet. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right, I need a 30-foot radius, which is sort of hard to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that is a 30-foot radius. No, I shall move it because
That's
it's
a
centered
30-foot
on
diameter. Double
you.
that.
And actually, what happens here is that will put out his spell because a 30-foot radius orb of water.
is that
30-foot
diameter
radius
or
orb
radius?
of water forms centered on you.
Shit.
So a 30-foot all around you orb of water as you are sort of lifted up into the air and you are floating in the center of a 30-foot orb of water. This orb remains for 1d4 rounds and is then released, rushing outwards, all within 20 feet of the orb. When it collapses, must make a DC 15 reflex save or be knocked prone. Now, that catches you. That will catch the 2 demons, although they're right on the edge of it, on the underside of it, and it will just about get Tau as well, but he can fly and is very much on the edge of it, so it doesn't really do much to him. He's not damaged by water, it just sort of dampens his flames slightly.
However, if he
But
were to look
you-
into the orb of water, he would see Johan smiling and breathing. For did I not roll an effect that Johan can breathe underwater last session? So now...
Did you get that one as well?
Yeah, I can breathe underwater.
That's freaking epic.
I
Yeah,
really-
so you can
so he's
breathe,
just-
and you're just there swimming like...
And what of
no
it?
problem.
Now,
As his fire has been put out.
now I
Over
can't
here
escape
around the
the
deck.
water. I have to stay in the water. What's the deal?
No, you can escape it. You just need to swim. But you can swim. You don't need to make a swim check. You've got a swim speed, so you've no problem.
Can I swim out, or will me swimming out of the orb like provoke?
It
I
will
swim
not
out-
provoke attacks of opportunity from any of them, as you've been pulled to the centre of it, and then you're not close enough.
So
To
what
any
I
of them.
mean
So no
is if
attacks of
I
opportunity,
swam
you're
out
just-
on this end towards the inevitable, would it not
Yeah.
hit me as I come out? Or is that okay?
The inevitable doesn't appear to be in action at the moment. It's
Oh.
forming magically. You can see that gears are starting to turn and form. Bits of metal are starting to sort of appear on it from other dimensions. It's sort of forming, but it isn't in full
Okay,
form yet.
I'm going to use my swim speed to mean that I can
Yep.
escape here, if that's okay.
You can go wherever you like within that. Yep,
Yeah.
no problems.
And I can see him there and be free of the water.
Yep.
I call lightning upon him again. This time he's in water. Reflex saving throw, DC 18. Hopefully that he's
Amazing.
affected by the water. Both in reflex and connectivity, shall we say.
He definitely makes the reflex still. Unfortunately, he rolled very well that time.
So half of 15 d6. Shall I just roll half the dice, or roll it
No,
and
just
half
roll the full amount and we'll half it.
it? Okay. What's half of 57 points of electricity damage?
28.
28 points of electricity damage to Dow.
Okie dokie.
5,
Wow.
10, 15, 20. That, I guess that must have been all of my move speed. I know, I'll tell you what, I'll move back here, and that'll be me.
Okay. So.
Oh, I'm
you
sorry, and
straw-
Janny.
You call this.
I'm sorry, Janny needs to go too.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well-
Go ahead.
You call forth this immense lightning bolt after surrounding him with water and dampening his fire in the first place, putting out the spell that he cast, and the lightning bolt seems to surge through him, and it has just overwhelmingly done so much damage. What does it look like as you eradicate Tau from existence?
What?
He essentially,
Amazing.
his fire goes out and his lawful energy just bursts away. But like, from your perspective, what happens there?
He'll say, you wish to bring law unto this universe. I bring order. And with a gesture of the order of the ethereal dream, lightning comes crashing down upon him and smokes his ruin in this place between places.
Amazing. Yeah, he is gone, and you hear a voice on the air as he dissipates. A voice that says, "You have won the day, but I am eternal, and things are set in motion. You cannot stop it." As he vanishes. The deck is still resorting itself. Nothing seems to have changed. It's like he has set it in motion, what's happening. So the Collieret is still forming as well, and the demons are still there. But Tau has been destroyed, defeated, and this certainly is felt across the cosmos. Very nice, Johan. Excellent with the swim speed as well. A perfect response. Night.
Yeah.
You are now silent. You no longer need to announce yourself. What do you do?
I'm going to double move over to here, because I can't shoot into water, so there's no point. Trying, and then he's going to look to Johan and go, "Johan!" and point to the deck of many things and then to the helmet. Throw it in there!
Where did you move? Once again, you...
Next to the sky.
Yeah, I'm the same colour as the... Yeah.
Oh, you're there. Yeah, you move over there, and as you move closer to it, you see that the hands of this mechanized creature are sort of twitching, like it's starting to move a little bit, like an automaton.
That's not good.
But it is not active, but it certainly appears to be close. Now the demons are going to blah, 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 and just try and swim basically out, and they do manage to just move themselves out of range of the water. But that's all they can do. They can't do anything else that turn. And Tao is gone. He's no longer in the combat. We're going to put him over there on the roof. That's where you belong, Tao. Dorvan, it is your turn.
Well, Dorvan will eventually try to make his way to the altar, but he'll take the long way round. 5, 10, 15, 20, and he's going to go for
Bring it on. Do it.
a true strike against it.
I just
Beautiful.
realised I meant to move Janny, so I was just going to double move him, okay? So I'll double move him to
Oh,
where
I'm sorry, because I
No,
interrupted you.
That's all I
didn't
was
I?
going to
didn't
do.
want you to waste
No,
his attack, because
No,
you're
it's
beating
cool.
the dude.
With true strike.
Yeah.
With a quickened
Oh my god, that is really unfortunate. But
Just
it's not.
miss.
It's not a fumble. It is just a miss as you step over to the demon and just.
Can I use one of my lucky rerolls to re-roll that?
Yes.
So
Yes,
I'll
you
just-
can.
I'll
I
re-roll
don't
the
know
whole
why
thing.
you've not been doing that. You had 2. In fact, you've got 3.
And it was... Well, I've got 2 because I used one to stabilise, which means I got...
nat 20.
Let's see if I prove it, which is going to be tricky.
Oh my god.
Be very hard not to with the extra 20. That's
34.
definitely a hit. So that is a critical. Well done.
Hooray.
Using a reroll, you become extra lucky. You actually almost fumble your weapon. You kind of step forward and it slips out of your hands. And as you're going to catch it, you bring it down accidentally with a trip with such force that it is a critical.
My third arm accidentally catches it. For 11 damage as I fall into a mighty
11
blow.
damage. What about your critical? That's not a critical.
It is 2d8 plus 4.
Okay. I thought it would have been more than that.
Do you only get
Go
plus
by.
2 on your strength, even with your power aura?
Thank you. That means that's
15.
15. I
15.
forgot about my own aura.
Indeed. Yeah, you walk forwards and you slam this thing, which sort of, once again, it splays its arms out and kind of it gets itself back up again, but you do a chunk of damage. Dorvan, well done. That is your turn. Johan.
Johan,
Johan.
he's looking at where the deck is. If he just moves towards it, can he just make an attempt to just grab it? To try
Yeah.
and do the deed? Let's see.
He certainly can. Absolutely.
Okay, so he'll move. It's well within his movement, so he'll just go there. And he'll reach to grab it.
Okay. So I need you to do a will save for me, please.
Okay, I think I was given a D4 at the very start of this game, so I declare that
You
I'm
were.
going to be using
were.
it for this role.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So that is and then can I do plus 1d4 on there?
Very nice.
20 overall.
You reach into the power that is there and you grab the deck of many things, which it's sort of reshuffling itself, but as you grab it, it shifts down into a solid deck of many things, and you grab a hold of it, but you do need to roll a D100 for me as you've reached into the chaos energy.
He's like grimacing as like he's holding on to the power.
Yeah,
as he
the
rolls
power's
a
kind
2.
of bursting out towards you.
What was 2 again?
You gain true seeing for 1 minute. You suddenly have this power that comes over you, and you can see everything. Yeah, and you can see
the power
the deck of
within.
many things. You see the immense power that is pouring out of it, like as if it was tempered before into a sort of item that's been released now. But you grab the deck of many things. You have it in your hand, and it takes so much to pull it out.
And then Johan, can Johan say something?
Yeah.
He will say, Dorvoon, night. And if you look up, you see, like, through the water, like, his image is sort of, like, twisting, like, refracted by the water. And he says, You have served your purpose, Janny. Plane shift me. The Janny will move to him on his turn and cast plane shift, and they will transport away with the deck of anything.
Rob, no!
You dick. You wait till I'm back in your game. That's it, mate. That's it.
He can cast plane shift for free. Johan doesn't resist. They travel to a plane of existence far from here.
That's a pretty immense amount of power, isn't it? Can Jenny just do that?
Yeah, look, I promise you. I looked it up. Special abilities.
He's been planning this.
Special qualities: elemental endurance, plane shift, resistance to fire 10, and they can take willing people with them. Johan is willing.
Okay. As a summon. Yeah, okay. So you do, for sure. And that I hadn't quite considered. That's going to be a difficult one to come up with. So essentially, okay, we're going to come back to you in just a moment, Johan, because I have some thoughts.
Okay.
But for the time being, you're off. You've vanished. I'm just going to put you up there. Oh
no!
And the demons that are currently on the map. Essentially, they move towards you guys to try and attack you, and as they're doing it, they just explode into nothingness. This sort of energy just explodes out, and they're gone. The chaos energy seems to have gone, and the portals, which again, I mean, I don't know if you've looked around the map very much. There was some really cool stuff in those portals, but we didn't really get to it for a lot of the combat. But some of them sort of start to sort of close up. Little bits start sort of escape along the way as they're closing and exist in the world now. But the portals around you close, and the world feels like it's moving back into equilibrium, and you feel like you're fading, and you find yourselves stood.
Well,
only that shouldn't be there. We'll just get rid of that. You find yourselves stood. Not Johan. Not you.
I can't see. I just see darkness, so I can't see anyway.
Really? You should be able to see. You are controlling the...
Yeah, unless it's... Oh, there we go. I see now.
You find yourself stood back in the village hall that you were in, with the burned, skewered body, Maximilian damage.
Max.
And you're stood as the wall that sucked you in is right in front of you. And the power is gone. Everything is gone and just vanished. And everything feels like it's gone relatively back to normal. There are definitely some changes have occurred in the world. Some stuff has been released upon the world in the chaos that has happened, but everything has gone relatively back to normal. Night, in your head, you can still hear a deep, deep voice whispering, I will give you power. So much power, little one. Coming from your satchel. Still happening. Dorvan, you still have all of your new bits. All your stuff is still there.
Dorvan turns to Night, and I think for a second, Night just sees Dorvan's mouth moving and thinking that Dorvan is saying, power, you will have... And as he snaps out of it, Dorvan's like, what power have we unleashed? What will you do?
I think Night absent-mindedly, his hand goes into his bag and he just grabs the hand and holds it.
He just holds it. He slips his fingers between his fingers and just holds it cozy. And you feel just this absolute urge to never let it go, almost like you want to attach it to yourself. It's that nice to you. You just love it. And yeah, the world has returned to normal. You feel like you have achieved great things. You have saved a lot of people, and you've definitely achieved sort of what you set out to do through no fault of your own. Things went awry at the end, and you were you don't know, double crossed. Was it a double cross? You're not really sure. You like what happened? Why did he disappear? And yeah, that's kind of it for you guys.
Dwarven will give a pat on Night Knight's shoulder and say, "I must leave you, little one. I must return to my clan and consolidate things." And I pat you with my third arm as well. And as I do this, I will say, "I must take flight as my dragon and return to my clan." I then revert into the form of a cocker spaniel. This cocker spaniel, however, has an arm just sticking at the top. So it's got like that dwarven arm just off the top, just lolloping around. And I trot away.
Night says, "Goodbye, dwarven baby." So cute. Such a handsome little dog. And then he just sits down on the stage for a bit and looks at his
poor Night
creepy
He's
hand
just on his own with his creepy little hand.
Yeah.
And it is at that point we cut to someplace very strange. And I will just move you back to the title page for this, because this is all going to be in our heads. I clearly have no map for this, because how could I possibly have known that this was going to happen? Johan, you find yourself on top of something that is made of glass, it would seem. Tempered glass. It is shiny, and it is slowly moving beneath your feet. It's very strange, but you're sort of only half conscious as you've landed here, and it feels not entirely different to the landing from the portals you've been through before. Your genie that you summoned, your Janny, isn't with you. It appears that whatever it did, it definitely did a plane shift, but it had to fight with the power of the deck, and it lost. The deck is a very powerful artifact, but you are on a different plane, exactly as you want it to be. You do have the deck of many things in your hand, and the deck of many things isn't quite what it once was. It has been altered. You don't exactly know how. And you pick yourself up and you realize that you're standing on top of a giant gear made of glass. A gear that's almost the height of a mountain, that is slowly turning another gear that is that's kind of attached to it on the side. And you see a starry sky all around you, and you can just see mechanical buildings just slowly turning like an entire mechanized world. And just over your shoulder you hear a voice, and a large mechanical being, an inevitable, stands over your shoulder and says, "So, you are seeking absolute order, human."
I have dreamed of it.
Then you will join our ranks. You are to be an inevitable, and we will call it there. You psychopath. Oh my god.
Oh, bravo, Matthew. Well run.
Yeah, that was cracking.
What a session. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, now you have an amazingly powerful magical artifact from a different universe, might I add.
Yes.
In Mordenkainen's disjunction helmet, which is, 3.5 doesn't even really have stats for that.
Oh no, I loved it.
But and a warped deck of many things.
Can I just say the imagery of villain Johan, a half man, half mechanical inevitable, is just the coolest fucking concept.
What I absolutely love about the end of that is we have Johan, who is maybe about to be turned into, like Robert said, half man, half inevitable mechanical monstrosity. We have Night Knight, who has the hand of Vecna and a will save of 2. So there's no chance he's ever going to let go of that. He's going to do whatever it tells him to, because he doesn't have any sense of self, really. And then we have Dorvoon, who thinks he's a dragon but is actually a spaniel.
Dorvoon, who thinks he's a dragon but is actually a freak.
Yeah.
He's been warped by chaos. He has a big arm growing out of his back. He can turn into a weird, sort of lightning-breathing spaniel. He's a very strange boy. Oh dear, Dorvoon. Yeah, well done, guys. We got through. That was a mission to get to the end of that game, and it's late, but
only
there
because
we go.
of,
That's the
only
last
because
one
of
I will be writing for a
technology,
very long time.
not because of anything that.
Yes, there was no order.
No, it was just unfortunate, wasn't it? But we persevered, and what an ending!
We did. I think it would have gone on a bit late anyway, but we were. It's just a thing, isn't it?
It is.
It was just a mission the whole way. I think if the flow gets interrupted, then it's hard to sort of keep driving things forward.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I feel like you guys. It was very unfortunate because you missed out on some of the funnier effects from the table. There were some very funny ones.
But weirdly, they all came back into play. Oddly, they kept coming back in, which I quite liked.
They did. They were really useful. Yeah. There were some really good ones. And like I say, all of the effects from the deck of many things are in the table. Yeah. They're just sort of pared down because the effect of the deck, the magic of the deck is being spread out. So it's still there, but it's lesser. So if you'd got 100, that is the void, which basically means you're trapped elsewhere. You're not trapped elsewhere. It just drops you to -1 hit points instantly. Yeah. But there's a bunch of your hair. Number 7, your hair grows uncontrollably for 1 round, hampering your movement. -1 dex until it is cut. For the next hour, you can only speak and understand Draconic.
Oh God! I've just incurred the wrath of an extraplanarial being. Yeah. He may not survive.
He does. He does have the wrath of an extraplanarial being, and time is a mess. So it could be that Johan is the extra. It's the extraplanetary being that has wrath with you. Do you want my absolute favourite effect on this entire table, guys? Just one more. Yeah, I was really hoping one of you would roll a 26.
Oh.
You summon an immortal goose that follows you for 1d10 years.
1d10 years?
This is what?
It is unnerving. You just have an immortal goose that follows you, and every now and then,
Untitled Goose Game in D&D forever.
It is a lovely summer's day, and you are a horrible goose.
I had it in my mind. I was like, Untitled Goose Game. It's the goose from that. Just follows you and fucks with you for 10 years.
Not my car keys. Give me back my car keys.
I'm going to keep that table because I adore it. And Redian was asking about it, so I'll maybe send it to you, Robin. You can publish it somewhere if he wants to look at it.
Yeah, of course. So I think we'll definitely share it for sure, and because it is just a really good idea, particularly if you want like a party game of D&D. Like there's just madness that gets dropped in every so often.
That's exactly what I was going for with this, you know.
So
I didn't make any of them up necessarily. They are all effects from random tables that I've found in various places that I've just put together into one big list.
I really like the idea of because of what has happened here, maybe there's an environmental effect that can happen every now and then that there's chaos storms that are sort of echoing across the land in backlashes of what's happened here. So maybe every now and then you might wander into a random effects field, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It can happen anywhere you like in the future. Like this, definitely the fact that you didn't destroy the deck of many things means that the power whilst it was taken away. So it did end everything, and the world has gone back to normal. So, like, Obsidian the Black is no longer a pirate who fell.
Oh yeah,
he's
they're
back.
all reset, but
The world has
yeah.
been restored in your game, and everything is back to normal. It hasn't been restored to the point where it hasn't released some chaos on the world. So that's a wicked idea, actually. Random chaos storms as
like a
events
chaos
now
storm every now
in
and
our
then.
universe.
And
I really like that. That's very cool.
I know we were obviously going to jump to different characters for the next TPK whenever it is, but it is a shame because I was very fond of these two.
Yes.
Oh, they're not gone.
No,
They're not gone.
No,
Oh, no.
I think there should be a resolution. Yeah,
I can't help but have the Hellraiser Cenobites in my head when I think of the Inevitables, and I feel like that's a little bit of what Johan is in for.
Yeah,
like he's gone and opened the box.
He's gonna come out and he's just gonna be a fucking monster. He'll be a monster.
As far as TPKs goes, I've got a few plans.
Yes,
but it does mean the first one I do run. I want new characters at level 5.
Yeah, level 5.
Okay,
that. Interesting. Okay.
But as I said, that's not to say that Johan and Night Knight are gone.
Yeah,
they're just not in the next.
Well,
game.
In the next one, I have a treat of a character. I think you'll enjoy it, guys. I think you'll appreciate what I've come up with.
Let's.
It struck me one day when I was folding the washing, and I went, "Oh, that's fucking brilliant! I have to play that character."
Oh, buzzing!
It's ridiculous, but it's so much fun.
So, Matthew, for the last time for Chaos Falls, do you want to sign us off so we'll end the recording at least?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had a wicked time, as I say, because of my life at the minute and having a new baby. I am not going to be writing or running a game for a very long time, so that's kind of been a real treat for me with you guys. So thanks very much for sticking with me, guys. Even though I know it was stressful at times for all of us, and thanks very much for the viewers for sticking with us. Again, you know, your commitment to our game is it means a lot to us. I know I speak for Rob and the guys. You know, when I say that, we love reading your comments as well on the YouTube videos and chatting about stuff, and we really enjoy it all. We love the interaction, so thank you so much for joining us. I've had a wicked time. Thanks for playing, guys. Really enjoyed that as well. We will see you next time back with the main game, Knights of the Apocalypse, and we're back with our long-suffering characters. And I, for one, can't wait. So, until next time, thanks very much, and bone them rolls.
Bone them rolls, everyone.
Bone them.